Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Yeah. Oh yeah, the beast back. Adrenaline pumping through my veins, can't relax. Original, I am not the same as these cats. I sting them if they never ever mind and they beeswax. I don't ever cap, but I'm wearing like 3 hats. Never been a rat, but I know where the cheese at. You'll never get a trophy cause they all here where we at. You better believe that. When it's all said and done, I'll still be here standing. Never took a loss and it ain't something that I'm planning. I dare you to say something, my focus is A1. Every dog has its day, it's been mine since day one. This is real grinding, I'm still climbing. While you still trying, I'm still shining. It's real blinding, and I'm getting hotter too. Talking top 2, I'm not a 2. You let the pressure bother you and I do what I gotta do. Let's go hard.
Coming close to me, flow is on atomic, I'm starting fires through poetry. The hardest out, staying loyal, no falling out. And if you step into the court, be ready, we ballin' out. Yeah, the coldest of teens, they know what we bring, don't try us. They know in between, we go for these dreams in silence. Hard work, don't mistake it for magic. We been shooting in the gym, this is target and practice. Yeah. And I'm just getting started, getting feet wet. It's all in repetition, ain't a secret. All facts, all black dress code. Pay me my respect, collecting every debt.
Oh, the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard.
Olympic hero Kurt Angle, and you're listening to the We Are Wrestling podcast.
Yo, listen, this is the best wrestler alive, Platinum Max, and you're listening to the We Are Wrestling podcast.
Hey everybody, Eric Bischoff here, and you are listening to We Are Wrestling podcast.
Hello everyone, this is Nunzio, former WWE Cruiserweight Champion, and you're watching We Are Wrestling podcast.
We Are Wrestling podcast. Check them out, man.
Stay tuned, listen to the podcast. Best one, Donnie might teach you a thing or two.
We Are Wrestling. And if you don't listen to it, then it's one-on-one with The Undertaker. Featuring your hosts, Danny and Donnie. We Are Wrestling.
What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host with the most, Mr. We Are Wrestling himself, the best one, Donnie, here with...
What's up? Ben here, Rage Circus, one half of the We Are Wrestling podcast, and America's favorite uncle. How's it fucking going, guys? We are live in living color on a Wednesday night right here on the We Are Wrestling podcast. We got a stacked ass show for you guys. But before we get into all that fancy mumbo jumbo, Donnie, take it away, brother.
That's right, we got a stacked episode lined up for you guys this week. But unfortunately, the third on the podcast, Danny, is not here this week. Unfortunately, he does have some family things that he does have to take care of. And here on the We Are Wrestling channel, family first, as always. One thing the Bloodline has taught us. But if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, and you're listening to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, wherever you get your show, give us a 5-star review, not just any review, a best one review, and download the episode, and give us a follow over on the social medias, and even the podcast really helps. But if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac, you're already over on the YouTube channel where you get the best pro wrestling content, including the live episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers. We recommend you to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. Videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO. And of course, you already know, the grind is real.
Let's get ready to rumble!
So, how's it been, Ben? You haven't been here last week on the show. You're back. How's it going?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing all right. Dude. Day at a time, Obviously, life be life and things happen, but you know what? Fuck it, we ball anyways, man. How you doing? How's your week been?
It's been pretty solid week, but this weather here in the New England area absolutely sucks, and I am just over it at this point. Like, next year, I've already booked, vacation, during this time, because if winter's going to be like this in New England, I am taking a week away from this cold. I can't stand it.
Dude, I can't even blame you, dude. We have people in here like Dan. He's from Wisconsin, and Wisconsin gets fucking hit every year. But, he's in Arkansas now, so he doesn't have to deal with any of that shit. But, guys, hello to everybody that's in the comments. Just want to give you guys a good what's up to everybody, yeah, it's pretty awful up here. It's pretty awful up here in terms of, the weather. I'm sick of the cold and shit. I'm just kind of ready for spring, and then we can skip over summer. We can skip over all that other shit and go right into fall, and then back to spring again, because
I don't know what it is. I feel like I feel like spring and fall are just the best because the weather is just right. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. It's just right.
Yeah.
But Dan in here, I get blown away by this intro every time, so it's cool that you guys meet all these wrestlers. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, man. That intro, a lot of work into it, and that intro has been put together for probably at least a solid month, because Danny Huckins, our third co-host, he decided he didn't want to come on the new year. Instead, he said, I had to wait until Rumble week when I can get more attention on me.
What an asshole.
What an asshole. But Ben, let me just tell you, you definitely missed out on a lot last week. Danny and I were on here for 3 hours. We had a 3-hour episode. And that's what happens when you want to do predictions during the podcast episodes.
Yeah, man, I'm not surprised whatsoever. But then again, when it comes to you and Danny, you guys are almost 24/7, wrestling content creators. So you guys have a lot of... You guys have a lot of stuff to kind of, dig your teeth into, more so where I'm kind of very newsworthy. And, depending on the superstar, the situation, kind of an encyclopedia. Other than that, you guys dig it into it every fucking day, basically. So, I mean, it doesn't surprise me that it ran 3 hours. It doesn't.
Well, I'm sure the Maniacs definitely enjoyed that. But
yeah,
I do want to give you guys a preview in the live chat here, because we do have quite some news we're going to talk about. Just to give you guys a couple previews here, we're going to be talking about some of the releases that have happened with AEW, with Miro, and Malachi being officially a free agent. We're also going to be covering Cody Rhodes and John Cena possibly at WrestleMania 41 with a little twist in there. And of course, our main event topic this week is going to be absolute Ricky Starks, officially in WWE, and we're going to talk about everything that happened last night on NXT. So we hope that you guys are ready for this episode. I know I am, and whoever's here in the live chat, we want you guys to be spamming throughout. We want you guys to give your thoughts on the topics that we're covering.
Break the live.
Break the live, exactly. Because usually the way we do it here, if this is your first time, is we talk about the topic, Ben's going to give his thoughts on it, I'm going to give my thoughts on it, and then we're going to ask you guys what your thoughts are, and we want to know, and we're going to interact.
I think it's been a long time that I've been this excited about a main event. It's been a long time because, dude, I've been a fan. I've been a fan of Ricky Starks for a little bit now, and I again, the dream. And I said it in one of the earlier podcasts that I was like, dude, this guy would thrive in fucking WWE. And then you obviously you laid the information on me that he's a Cody guy. So I'm like, so it's when.
Anytime there's somebody that leaves AEW to go to WWE, Ben is in a happy mood on the show.
Yeah, but it's it's not just anybody, it's people that I genuinely see that could honestly thrive in the business and they're more molded for the product that WWE is compared to AEW. So it's it's seeing that piece that's missing kind of fit You know, like I said, Hangman Adam Page, he's another one of those superstars in AEW that I think would do marvelous in WWE. I mean, he's gonna have to deal with the fact that Logan Paul does a way better buckshot lariat than he ever could in his fucking sleep. But hey, he'd fit the mold.
That's right.
Retro, what's up?
Let's get wrestling. That's right. What's going
up,
on,
Retro?
Matthew? Hope everybody here is doing good.
Really, Dan? Wow. Blair Davenport was your most surprising release to you.
So, Dan said here, most surprising release to me was Blair Davenport. She had potential, but didn't have much airtime during her run on SmackDown. Well, I did learn, apparently, she was supposed to come back to television mid-January, and she was going to work with Chelsea Green and Piper Niven.
Yeah.
That was the plan. But speaking of the releases, because in case you guys have been hiding under a rock, we did a couple We Are Wrestling extras over the weekend talking about the releases, but Ben, you had a lot of things going on last week, so I want to ask you your thoughts on these releases. Any names that stand out to you? What's your thoughts on all of it?
See, I got more shocked by the second batch than I was the first. So, I mean, you know, like I wasn't really surprised with a lot of these releases. I mean, Cedric Alexander, I've been like, dude, how the fuck is this dude still signed? You know, like it's not that I don't find any kind of like, you know, talent. I mean, I don't find him talentless or anything. You know, it's just compared to the others that got released first, I was surprised to see him last this long. But it's really, really good news for him. So I feel like Cedric Alexander kind of stood out to me because it's like now they could really form the entire Hurt Business in AEW if they really wanted to. And now that last missing piece is going to be there. So it's going to be the OG lineup again, dude. So, you know, it's a blessing in disguise for a lot of these people. But at the same time, you know, I've said it before, I'll say it a million times, and I'll probably say it until I'm done, you know, being a third on this podcast, is, you know, I'm not a fan of people losing their jobs and, you know, putting a halt on their dreams in some way, especially when the gas was on the pedal and they were on the biggest stage that there is when the pro wrestling world, WWE, you know. But again, it really it's up to these superstars and how they perceive this and how they handle it going forward. That's going to make all of the difference.
That's what I was trying to explain to Danny on the extra, because we were going back and forth on it. Because like I had my thoughts on like the releases and stuff that have happened like throughout the years. Like I'm never a fan of somebody losing their job, but at the same time, this is the dream job for any professional wrestler. When you're a kid, you're growing up, you want to be main eventing WrestleMania, you want to be holding championships. That is the dream for a lot of professional wrestlers out there. But like I was trying to tell Danny, there's only so many spots you have weekly on television. Like with Raw, you have 3 hours, SmackDown 3, NXT 2, PLEs now are a lot shorter, so there is only certain spots. Plus you have a lot of these WWE ID prospects now. You have athletes from the Performance Center. You also have NXT bringing in some of the top independent wrestlers, former AEW guys, working relationships with Pro Wrestling Noah and TNA Wrestling. So like at the end of the day, there's only so many spots, but now it matters on like how you like, because you have the name value, but now you need to go out, reinvent yourself, and make the best of the situation, which is unfortunate.
And you know, it's unfortunate because a lot of people are not, you know, the Matt Cardonas. They're not the Cody Rhodes. It's going to be a lot harder for them. But if you can find the niche and you can, you know, get yourself behind the right creative idea that gets behind you, and you find the right people that believe in you, you could really reassess yourself. And it sounds cliche, but come back better than ever, you know?
Exactly. And that's the thing. At the end of the day, everybody that's on the list, like my message is, go out and prove to WWE that you fucked up.
Yeah, absolutely. And that has to be, you know, the core of your driving point when it comes to reinventing yourself, especially, you know, where there's a lot less people watching. You know, you're not constantly on live TV, cable services, streaming services, certain networks. You know, you gotta make a big enough noise to where someone is calling the company and the company calls you. Like exactly. That shit needs to be spread everywhere on social media. You got to make a noise, but you have to find that niche for yourself and make it you know?
And I think Owen Harris here said it best. It sucks, but it's life. You make the best of the opportunities that you get and hope to do more and more.
Facts, Owen, dude. Bow tie mic drop, dude. Facts.
Absolutely, 100%. But there is somebody else that has their opinions on the releases that wasn't around last week.
Ah, shit.
And you know who it is. Who is it, Ben?
Ricky knows best. Ricky knows best. Believe in me. God bless you.
He knows best. Ladies.
Here he is!
Ricky knows best. Believe in
me.
God
bless you.
This might be the fastest time that Ricky's showing up on the podcast, Ben.
Moxley's just as crazy as him.
15
Usually
minutes
the third
in.
quarter.
They do it too sometimes. I'll be catching it.
Man, we need some W's in the chat for Ricky. We need some W's.
You show over.
Ricky knows best, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky knows best.
I swear to God, the number always goes up when Ricky...
It always
Back at all these
does.
releases. AOP, Paul Ellering, Cedric Alexandra, the Good Brothers, Blair, Sonya Deville.
W. Yeah, dude.
I wish
Big
you
dubs
all
for
the
Ricky.
best. I wish every single one of you the best because WWE ain't always what it meant to be.
Fucking
It's not
spiked
what
by
it
3
means to
people
be
for
or
this.
what it assumes to be, but at the end of the day, it's a business, I guess.
There's always a 12.
It's unfair
There's
that a
fucking
talent
4
getting
people
released.
spike.
But I do wish them all the best, and I hope they rebound from this and get back on their feet. But shout out to them all. I wish them all nothing but the best, though.
I'm
God
low-key surprised on Ricky's thoughts there
He's getting
because
so
I
much
thought
love.
Ricky was going to go in on this.
Oh my god, dude! Like whenever Ricky's Ricky knows best, segments come on, I get I get scared because it can go one of two ways because he's absolutely buried people and he's also absolutely put people over. So you never know. It's a hit or miss. It's a black and white area. There's no gray area.
So I do want to tell you guys, I also want to tell the live chat here and
Fucking
yourself.
13 people. See, look at this is what I'm talking about.
So when it comes to Ricky Knows Best, because I'm like in charge here, like I put together all the topics, the script for the show, and even like the videos that you do see with like Ricky Knows Best and stuff. But there's no editing that goes into it. I just put the intro and I just play the video and I export it. So whatever happens, happens. I know it's probably not the best thing to do as a producer. I should probably I should be watching these, but I want to be just as surprised as you
Bro,
guys.
when it comes to the Ricky Knows Best segments,
I
dude,
trust
like
him.
we let the good Lord Jesus take the wheel and see what happens.
He does say God bless you, so I trust Ricky.
Yeah, he lets the
trust him. I trust him with
What's
my
up,
life.
Foster? Hope you're having a good day too, man. Welcome to the chat.
Hey, welcome, Foster. We'll show your chat there. And if you guys want to be a part of the live chat, which is what makes these episodes in 2025 so special, all you got to do is join us every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can be a part of these episodes live because we love interacting with you guys. That was the whole point of doing this, live.
Yeet.
Yeet. So a couple things before we get into our power of the poll and the TV recap. Just a couple things. This Saturday, if you guys have nothing going on, Blitzkrieg Pro is going to be putting on a show through Being Cool. And we're going to be sponsoring the Paul London versus Andy Brown match that's going to be happening.
You damn fucking right we are.
If you guys are in the Westfield area, highly recommend you guys come out. If not, you can check it out on IWTV for
Come
only
hang out with
$9.99.
Another fucking luchador legend, Paul London. You can't miss it, man. If you're in the Western Mass area, get your ass over and come party.
Absolutely.
That's my
And
dude.
another thing, too, I want to ask Ben here because I know you don't really tune into AEW as much, so I figured let's get your reaction to something here. And if you do watch
you son of
AEW,
a
you know what
bitch.
I'm talking about. We all know
son of a
Ben's
bitch.
favorite wrestler is Mercedes Moné, Sasha
fucking
Banks.
hate you.
He has a poster of her freaking right behind him, right in his bathroom, right in
Biggest
his
lie.
bedroom,
Nope.
even in the kitchen.
No.
So I want to get your reaction here to Harley Cameron's puppet. Here it is.
Sure. Here we go. It looks more like Sasha Banks than Sasha Banks looks like Sasha Banks.
I knew you were going to love that.
Ooh, she got your ass.
No, but Ben, you'd be surprised with Harley, though. She can do so many different things. She could sing, she could wrestle.
Is
She
she a
also could do, like,
ventriloquist?
the puppet thing, too.
So she's a ventriloquist? Oh, dude, that's
Yeah.
fucking awesome. So she's... Oh, dude, that's fucking
Dude,
awesome.
and she does the Sasha voice, like, perfect. Like, I would play it if it wasn't, like, copywritten. Honestly, look it up on your phone right now.
I was going to say, send
While
me
I-
the link
while I
right here.
stop- Yeah,
Hold
no,
up.
like, go on your phone, look it up, and we'll get your thoughts on it in just a minute because I know you have nothing to say about the Super Bowl.
All right, so you informed them on the information of it, and I will look. I have nothing to say about the Super Bowl. What the fuck are you talking about? That halftime show was legendary.
Oh,
say Drake.
my God.
I know you like him young. You better never go to Cell Block 1. Talk to them they in love. Just make sure you hide the little sister from.
Well, I'm surprised, Ben. I thought you'd be like Danny and not watch the Super Bowl. I forgot you do love Kendrick Lamar.
I'm gonna do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired trying to strike a chord? And it's probably Super Bowl audience A minor.
Go watch that video.
They not like us. Oh, sorry.
Go watch that video. So,
Right,
guys,
so
I figured I do want to show you guys.
What am I finding?
All right, so you're
What am I
going on
finding?
YouTube right now. Look up Mercedes Moné puppet, and I'm
Okay.
sure it'll pop up. Like there will be a video of her doing the puppet thing, because I want you to watch that. I do want you to watch that. I
Okay,
would
so
play the audio for all you
Mercedes
guys, but I don't want to get this live
Moné.
taken down.
Harley.
And then just show me the thumbnails that pop up. I'll tell you which one.
Is the one with Renee Paquette?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, the
I
one
think
where
so.
she's wearing like a red. All right.
Yep. All right, so while you do that, I do want to talk about a little bit here with the Super Bowl. There were some wrestlers that were seen here. So with the Super Bowl, we had Undertaker, we had Shane O'Mac, we also had Mercedes and Swerve, Bellas, Britt Baker, and we even had Tony Khan and Vince McMahon himself, who hasn't been seen in the public eye in such a long time. So I want to ask you guys here in the live chat, like, what's your guys' thoughts on seeing Vince McMahon for the first time in quite some time? He finally got rid of the mustache. And yep, Harley Cameron is more interesting to me than Mercedes. She is like multi-talented, which is something that's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Well, Ben, you watched it?
I'm not a fan of Mercedes, but I'm a fan of the puppet. I'm a fan of the puppet because that shit was spot fucking on, dog.
Nate L. I think you're talking about
The
Ben
goat.
there. He's the goat.
The goat.
But all right, let's read some of these Super Bowl comments here real quick
I
about
bet.
Vince McMahon. So we got Retro Gamer 29 in here. He's highly skinny now. That is something I did notice.
See, I don't
He's
see him as
looking better
highly-
than the last time I saw a picture of him.
See, like, it's just cringe seeing McMahon out and about nowadays. Enough facts. Yeah, but age is shown hard on Vince, yeah. So, Vince is, obviously in his 70s, so I'm not expecting,
Late
a
70s, too. I think he's
I'm not
78
expecting
right now.
a strapping young lad, but for his age, dude was still looking, where he's lost size, he looks cut. Like, the dude looks in really good shape. Really good shape. So, and he got rid of the porn stash, so I gotta give it to him, man. Vince McMahon and Tony Khan in the same fucking building. That's hilarious to me. Fucking dude looks like a straight up fanboy.
Oh,
anyways,
Vinnie Mac.
but Vinnie Mac, oh no, dude. Vinnie Mac is not the GOAT, bro. But
In
either
Nate's opinion, innocent until proven guilty, I guess.
I mean, and that should always be the case, regardless, innocent proven before proven guilty. But it's looking kind of sus. That's all I'm gonna say. Either or, though, it was good seeing Shane. It was good seeing Undertaker there. Vince McMahon, you don't get to see him nowadays. So, I mean, like, yeah, compare him to Ric Flair, and he looks in really good health. So, regardless, yeah, like, I got to give that to Foster. I mean, Ric Flair is younger than Vince, right? He's, like, younger than Vince, I'm assuming, or roughly around the same age, and they look completely on different opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of health.
Oh, I do want to say something here about this. Nate L said, great promoter, do not support these accusations. Exactly. That's one thing that, like, I will not deny is him being a great promoter throughout the years. Because Vince made WWE like what it is today. He really did.
Just not in his last 10 years.
Yes.
Just not in his last decade.
That's true.
Yeah.
Rick, I think, is 74. Vince, 79.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying,
Dan
man. Vince
confirmed
is
it.
older. Yeah, so Vince is older, and he still looks in way better health. So I mean, you gotta kind of give it to Vince there in terms of his health. I'm not defending him as a fucking person. I will defend his work ethic from the ruthless aggression era. up before the PG era and back, I will give him that. But anything right at the PG era on, fuck no. Fuck no.
Yeah, so,
but that's my thoughts, is he looks in good health.
I will say it's always cool to like see like wrestlers and stuff be at like the Super Bowl and like big events like this.
Yeah.
Always a good thing to see just
They're
them
fans of the
enjoying
game.
themselves there. So that's always cool. Also, too, Wrestling Classic, Ben, I do want to get your thoughts on We Are Wrestling bringing in the Blue Meanie, ECW legend,
Hey,
on
dude.
Saturday, June 14th.
It's exciting, you know. I mean, we're at a point now as, you know, as a podcast and as this kind of unit and kind of as a brand, you know, like we're kind of we're getting to a point now where we're growing and we can bring in these people, and it's really exciting. It's something that, you know, I said it when you brought in Nunzio, you know, it's a new feeling. It's something that I never thought, you know, back in the day watching these, you know, these superstars perform, I never thought in a million years we'd be sitting legitimately next to them and, you know, bringing them to conventions and everything for people to meet them, you know, and that is a massive accomplishment, you know, and I'm really humbled to be a part of it. I'm really proud of it. And all in all, man, I'm hoping for another excellent time, just like Nunzio, you know.
Yeah, man, I cannot wait. Like we really do got to give a huge shout out to Zombie Hideout and
Absolutely.
especially Captain's Corner for
Thank
putting
you for
on
the opportunities.
for these opportunities and just such a great event. Like I've been to so many different wrestling conventions throughout the years, and I will always say it, the Wrestling Classic for me has always been my favorite because
And it's a lax experience. It
vibe.
doesn't feel
It's
stressful.
relaxed, and that's the thing. Like when you go to a lot of these wrestling conventions, like myself, very, very stressful. But
Oh,
with
yeah.
the Classic, it's not as stressful, which is always a good thing.
Thank you, Owen. I appreciate it, man.
And we do appreciate the love here as well.
Thanks,
But,
Dan. I appreciate that too, brother.
the fans booing Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl. I
That
know
was,
that was a lot of
fucking
people's
hilarious.
highlights.
Like, here's the thing. That was fucking hilarious because I think, you know, as a musician, not really into Taylor Swift whatsoever, and relationship-wise, it's kind of fucking rocky in that area. But from what I've seen, she seems like a very good person. As a matter of fact, this morning, you know, I saw a short on YouTube of her leaving with security, like leaving out the back of the stadium from the Super Bowl, and she like the security guards that were there and like working concession and everything, just regular people. And she was like, they were telling her, you know, good night. It was like a group of ladies. And she was like, hey, guys, thank you so much. And thank you for all the, you know, the hard work you guys do. Do you mind if I, you know, give you guys a tip? And she gave them all, I think, like $100. Like cash, just handed them all $100 and, you know, just said thank you for working so hard. Because, you know, when you're a celebrity that big, it is crucial that your staff shows up to work, knows what they're doing, and is doing their fucking job. So, you know, little things like that, you know, are such, you know, it shows what a kind of human being they are. It shows that the fame never changed them, you know, because there's no denying how many followers she has. There's no denying how big her fan base is and, you know, what she's accomplished. So, you know, I'll give her that.
And that's the thing too, like
Absolute, yeah.
And the sad thing about like this entertainment business, like even like with professional wrestling, a lot of the times, like the good stuff always gets swept under. And it's unfortunate. Like she gets a lot of shit for the NFL when it's not her fault that the NFL is showing her face like 100 times in every Chiefs game.
It's good marketing. Her fans are going to watch and wait for that, and you want that viewership. That's views and analytics are everything nowadays in terms of success for a massive organization and a massive event. So having her there is smart. Yeah. Does it get tiring? Yeah. But regardless, she was supporting her boyfriend who was in Kansas City, the Chiefs. Why wouldn't she be there?
And that's the thing, like people like are
It's
blaming
great marketing.
her. But that's the thing that's sad about it is like people are blaming her like for
It's
NFL
fucking
taking
stupid.
advantage of getting like views
Marketing.
and stuff. That's the NFL's fault, not Taylor Swift's.
It's not. Do you really think she, like, realistically, I don't know if she's really a football fan, but in retrospect,
She's there to support her partner.
she's there to support her partner. Do you really think she wants to be there if it wasn't for Travis Kelce? No. So yeah, you be a little bit more, you know, kind to people, especially people you don't fucking know. And every report I've read, she seems like a genuine person outside of the limelight. So you know what? I got to give that to her.
Hell yeah. But now, with that being said, guys, let's get into our power of the poll. Every week, we recommend all the Maniacs to go to the We Are Wrestling Community tab over on the YouTube channel, where you guys get 1 week to vote. And this week, guys, we asked you, if you can only pick one of these 4 women wrestlers to be your Valentine, who would you choose?
I know who I chose.
We know a lot of you here in the live chat love talking about the women wrestlers. Talking to you, Alex Johnson, with Liv Morgan. Well, she was not an option, unfortunately, this time around. But we did have 4 lovely options, and you guys got to pick from Trish Stratus, Tori Wilson, Lita, or Stacy Keibler. And here are the results. Hit the drum. Hit the beat. Normally, I show the results right away, but I gotta say, we should have been more prepared for this. We should have put on some love music in there. We should have put some love music in there.
Yep.
Here are the results. Oh, wait. No, wait. Wait a minute. Oh, no.
Look at that. He put up the wrong fucking graphic. Look at
did.
That. Here, go search for it while I entertain the fans.
Okay, so yeah. I'm going to give you the solo here while I get the graphic for the results.
Get the graphic. Yeah, get the graphic, bro.
Talk about your love for all 4 of these women. Go.
I'm not going to be talking about all 4 of these women. I'm talking about the one I voted for. Fucking Lita. That is the only right answer, dude. Lita is the only one out of that entire group of women that would probably legitimately know what the fuck they're doing, knows what a man wants, and would probably be down to do some crazy, disgusting fucking shit. So yeah, I would want to fucking, dude, Lita. All the way. My other answer, though, was Stacy Keibler because, honky donkey. Yep. Cameraman has the best angles. Absolutely. I will say 100% on the best one, as he calls himself. Big L for not using modern superstars and modern female superstars, because Rhea Ripley would have definitely won that. Liv Morgan for a little, haha, we're going to humor Alex Johnson. We could have easily fucking done fucking Stephanie Vacker. We could have done... There's so many other people, and he chose the Ruthless Aggression / Attitude Era. Who is this guy?
Fuck you! I heard everything.
You were supposed to hear everything because it was a big L for this poll, but remember that for next Valentine's Day. Look at that. We're supposed to spread love, but instead, boom, roasted. Get the graphic up.
Oh, come on. Come on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say it, and this might be a hot take here.
Sorry, Dan, you're in a Latin era. Sorry.
But when it comes to Valentine's Day, I am taking all 4 of these women over anybody on the Monday Night Raw or SmackDown roster.
Oh, you're bugging,
you heard it here first, pal.
Dude, that is bugging. That is some lame sauce right there.
Laying down the SmackDown.
Where the fuck is Gordon Ramsay in the lame sauce? Because clearly Donnie is fucking providing all of the lame sauce tonight. But get that graphic up.
Hey, what's going on, Josh Toy Show?
What up, Josh? You came in at a very weird time. A very
all right. So Ben,
moment.
you want to hit that beat? I do have the graphic.
I don't know. Should I? Yeah.
You're all assholes. The results are...
But no, do not take that off. See, that is why I almost chose fucking Stacey.
None of you get to see that because you want to come at me.
No. Put it back up. Who won?
You want Rhea.
Who won?
All right, so here's the results. 32% of you guys picked Trish Stratus, while 11% picked Tori Wilson, 13% picked Stacy Keibler, and the winner, 43%, Lita. Do you agree or disagree?
Did you hear my fucking rant, Donnie? Of course. I was like, there's only one choice, and it was the fucking winner, because she'd be down. Lita would probably be down to go. Never mind. I'm not going to say that. This is a family show, sort of. So I'm going to keep it clean. But Lita, there seems to be endless possibilities, I will say.
So I will say, like, out of all 4 of these incredible, talented, beautiful women, I think Lita definitely deserves it. I would have picked Lita over all 4 of them, but Stacy Keibler for me was second, probably.
That was my second too, because she got
long
yams.
legs, man.
It's not even the long legs; it's the fucking yams on that fucking train. Jesus, holy cow!
But I will say this though, like, getting the opportunity to meet all 4 of them, like during different times, going to wrestling conventions and stuff, All very nice women.
Oh,
Very
absolutely.
nice.
Just there's something about Stacy Keibler that really struck me, which made me almost vote for her myself. Is listen, if she can take an RKO straight to the face, what else? What else?
Oh my god.
What else?
So
not the yams. Hell, all the yams. Hell yeah, Aya.
So to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there, this is like, if you're listening to this and you're not a part of the live, the pictures that we're showing you here are
Dan.
on the beach, and we're just
Somebody
gonna leave it as that.
Screenshot it now. You got 5 seconds for those who with the opportunity of.
And Alex Johnson,
photography.
you're not allowed to, because Liv Morgan will be pissed.
Cheating ass motherfucker.
That's why Danny's not here on the live episode with us, Ben. He wasn't allowed to choose who could give me his Valentine.
Oh my god,
Oh
dude.
my
That's fucking awesome, dude. These live shows give me life.
Yes, they do. So now let's read some of the maniacs here. I'm just gonna scroll through.
Facts.
You guys went crazy here, probably
Big
because of
valid.
the pictures. Oh my God.
Now
I
read
knew
some-
the
read some of
pictures
those
would be
comments.
fucking genius. I
Read
knew
some of
that
those
was gonna
comments.
work.
We're
All
in
right,
here. Read some of
so
those comments.
We got Dan. We got Dan here. Lita, hands down. Alex Johnson. The right answer is Trish Stratus. I don't think Liv's gonna like that one. I would have to say Stacy. Owen said. Alexa Bliss would have won. Best one, Bocce. Oh, come on, Dan. That's messed up. I would pick Mommy, Liv Morgan. Of course you would, Alex. We're not surprised. Trish not winning is diabolical. I'm sorry. Lita's better.
Yeah, dude. Even in the fucking rivalry, Lita was still better.
Is this Valentine's or just one night stand? Valentine.
Fucking Dan said Valentine one night stand don't matter, Lita, hands down. Same here, Josh.
Look, no, we're trying to keep this PG here. It's Valentine's Day. You get to take them out on a nice romantic date.
Bro, I'm telling you
That's
this right
it.
now. If we ever get the opportunity to meet Rhea Ripley together, you need to get this on video. I'm asking her to pin me. I'm asking her to pin me, and that's going everywhere.
Oh my god. You better hope that Buddy Matthews is still locked up in AEW, man.
Nah, bitch, I hope Buddy Matthews is right there and I can stare him in the eyes as it's happening.
I would not want to do that.
What the
then,
fuck's he gonna do
and
to
then
me?
we would
He's
have to put the
ginger.
meme there, Ben, and like pause the video, and it would be like, and at this moment, he knew he fucked up.
No, nah, dude. I would take that pin and stare that man dead in his fucking eyes and be like, hey, do I got anything on my face? Stare harder.
All right, well, guys, if you want to be a part of the power of the poll, all you got to do is vote. You get 1 week exactly to do it, and after this episode, we'll be having the next power of the poll. Probably our best one yet. That was great. That was good.
Oh, dude, I needed that. I needed that so bad. Thank you for a great power of the poll this week.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I figured with Valentine's Day, why
yeah.
not? Why not do
Fuck
something
yeah, dude.
in the love category?
Honestly, we might as well just keep this a thing for like most holidays like that, because that was honestly solid. That was super solid.
Well, if you notice, there is a reoccurring theme here. What I try to do with the power of the poll as the producer of the show, not only the producer, but the host with the most. I try to keep it within the theme. So, like, if it's like Royal Rumble week, I try to give us a Royal Rumble question.
Yeah.
So I try to keep it like within that, or like what's hot in like the wrestling world and
Dude,
stuff.
honestly, this Valentine's Day one was bussin'. We got a lot of like interaction for that one. Ooh,
Absolutely.
Matt Rodriguez. Oh, that's a good question. It's like a rando, but it's a good question.
Oh, okay. Well, here, I'll pull it up. You want to read it?
Yeah. Question. Choose from these stipulations from Mariah versus Tony 3 at AEW Revolution 2025. 1. I Quit match. 2. Dog collar match. Or 3. Hollywood backlot brawl parking lot fight at Warner Bros. Studios. Oh, that would be kind of fucking cool.
Okay, so before you answer,
Going through
Ben,
different sets.
the first thing I do want to say is for AEW in Australia, I know that it's going to be this Saturday, so I do want to let you guys know that probably tomorrow I'll probably do a whole predictions video on it here on the channel. Talk to Danny Huckins, see if he wants to do it with me.
Yeah, it
But,
depends on where he's at, yeah.
Getting into the question here, I like this one a lot, Matthew. Gotta give you credit for this. Because their storyline has been fantastic. One thing AEW is not fucking up right now, it's Mariah and Tony Storm. They're doing
Hell yeah,
fantastic work.
Dude,
So
anything
if I had
Tony
to-
Storm right now is honestly great.
Okay, so if I had to pick between the 3 matches here, honestly, I would love to see a dog collar match between the 2.
Okay.
I feel like that would be so good.
I'm honestly, man, Matt, really, really good question. And I'm actually going to go with the Hollywood Backlot Brawl because she is timeless Toni Storm. She is representing the golden age era of Hollywood. And it would be really cool to kind of recreate a Firefly Funhouse match, but have it going through each decade. And every time that they fight through the decade, they're in different type of attire, doing different things, making it entertaining and making it almost a gimmick match.
Honestly, I think that would be... Look, I think that would be great probably for Revolution.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, like
but like for Australia, like you got to have them have like some type of
but I'm
match.
just saying at Revolution, have them go through like the whole decades thing fighting and then have it end in the ring because as they're like coming through like the back of like the back of the whatever set they're at, they can end it in the ring coming through the stadium in like the final decade and them just going at it.
That would
like
be
there's a
cool,
lot of
actually.
cool creativity that could go with it if it can be written right, screenplayed and filmed right, good cinematography. I'm telling you, man, I need to give Tony Khan a little call because this is a
We Are
fucking
Wrestling member
solid
here,
idea.
Angelo said, knowing Tony, normal match.
Fucking whack.
Yeah, probably. So now, with that being said, guys, let's get into some breaking news here that happened
Rhea Retro.
20 minutes before we went live here. So, according to Fightful, both Josh Matthews and Christy Hemme are no longer with TNA Wrestling. Josh Matthews and Christy, they were doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes for it. How do you feel about these releases?
Oh, I feel really good about them because just like any like superstar release, it's fucking opening grand opportunity for something new. And honestly, both are legends in the WWE universe, and I could see them being perfect journalists and reporters for the company again. And especially with Christy Hemme, she's not only an ex-women's champion, she's very well known, dude. Like it could work. It could work, man. She's got a very colorful resume in her career. So in Josh Matthews. Dude has been through the ringer at WWE and has been a part of many big moments, and I'm pretty sure he was the commentator for Velocity. So that's what I'm saying, man. So there's a lot of promise there for Josh Matthews as well, especially in his seasoned era. So honestly, I'd like to see them both come back to WWE, come home.
I can definitely see Christy Hemme getting a Legends deal. I could definitely see that.
Fuck yeah, dude.
1000%.
Because
like we're starting to see like a reoccurring thing there with like the nostalgia deals, and I think Christy Hemme now it's been. Because she debuted in like 2004, 2005, so it's been over 20 years now. So I could definitely see her signing a deal, get her into video games, get her an action figure.
Hell yeah,
I could
Josh.
definitely see something there happening. But yeah, pretty much these releases, like it's just new opportunities for people. And that's like what I'm excited about because Josh Matthews, like I remember him in like the later Impact Wrestling days doing commentary like when nobody was watching.
Yeah.
And like with Josh Matthews, like he was somebody who did a lot of work behind the scenes with TNA and somebody that I feel like doesn't get enough credit for the work that he's done throughout the years, whether it was in WWE or TNA. So honestly, I would not mind seeing Josh Matthews come back to WWE in like some capacity because I thought he was really good. I thought he was supposed to be the next one, like instead of Jim Ross at the time. Which
That's
now is Michael Cole, obviously.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, Josh Matthews has been a part of a lot of big moments. Like he's been basically around the scope of wrestling, in the last almost, 20 years since he's been really a part of anything WWE, like on a bigger scale. So it'd be great to see what they can do in 2025 because we have so many resources to make their positions elevate, in a certain aspect. So it's really exciting. Being released in 2025 because again there's so many opportunities especially in that line of work or going to WWE where there's all different types of diverse positions. That's just it's just a really really great thought and a great feeling. So honestly it's a blessing in disguise just like the superstar releases.
Well, one thing I do want to add to Josh Matthews too, I wouldn't completely erase AEW out of the equation only because his wife Madison Raines works there. So I could definitely see Josh Matthews doing something over there in some capacity, which let me tell you, That commentary team could definitely fucking use a personality like Josh Matthews.
Oh my God, Tony Schiavone, bro. Oh my God, like, just
Tony Snooze,
dude. The fucking, oh my God, I saw some of
Snooze Hottie.
I saw like a compilation of some of his like broadcasting, and man,
he used to be really good,
bro. He looks like a nervous Nelly. Like, he looks so nervous to do his job, even especially when he's in the ring doing interviews. He looks nervous.
But man, like, we'll just have to go wait and see what happens with Josh and Christy.
Josh.
Wish them nothing but the absolute best.
Same
so
here.
now, with that being said, guys, let's get into the We Are Wrestling Weekly TV Recap. This is where Ben and we talk about some of the highlights that have happened during the weekly episodic shows. So we do want to let you guys know here in the live chat so we can give you guys some time as we go over these topics. What was your favorite wrestling television segment this week? So if you guys want to answer that, you can do that right now in the live chat. So getting into our first TV recap, last Friday on SmackDown, Solo Sikoa hit Cody Rhodes with a Samoan Spike to end the show. What's your thoughts on Cody versus Solo again?
Wait. We don't talk about what our favorite moment was this week anymore? Did we take that segment out? The highlight of the week? Did we take that out?
We did. Yeah, we took that out.
Motherfucker, I used to love that shit.
That was your decision during our
was
meeting.
my decision?
That
really?
was. We can bring it back next week.
Fuck. I feel
You want to bring it back?
Yeah. I kind of do.
All right, we're bringing it back next week.
Yeah, I kind of do, because I'm just like, dude, wait, we don't answer that anymore? Because I actually had a... Okay. All right. So the spike to Cody Rhodes and his big ol' return. I hate it. You know, I'll say it. I 1,000% hate it, because it's like, what the fuck with the other half of the bloodline? I know they're not going as the bloodline anymore. I know that's, you know, being in the works for another name for him and Tonga. So I know they're separating. But where is the comeuppance for him just abandoning them in the middle of the ring? You know, why are we involving Cody again, you know, when we're on the road to WrestleMania? You know, I remember things being established beforehand, you know, like back in the good old days, which I hate saying it because it dates me now. But, you know, right after the Royal Rumble, we would start to get the actual solidified storylines by now. And we'd know by now who's facing who in a very, you know, public manner. And it'd just be thrown out there. And then we'd put the gas on the pedal and we'd go until Mania. Now it's like we're getting weird, random shit in between, which I don't like. It's definitely kind of off-putting in a way. And I really don't think we need Cody and Solo 3. I really don't think at all. Like, there's so many other avenues that Solo needs to go down right now, and Cody's not one of them.
You see, there's always positives and negatives when it comes to long-term storytelling. And the one thing I'm noticing with Triple H a lot is he's focusing on these long stories. So when we get to Royal Rumbles and WrestleManias, fantastic. But then we get into the smaller PLEs like Elimination Chamber, Bash at Berlin, Backlash, and a lot of the times some of these matches are being just thrown together. And I feel like that this is the unfortunate situation here with Solo Sikoa and Cody Rhodes.
No,
they're pretty much just... What were you going to say?
I literally feel stupid for everything I just said about the whole Solo and Cody thing, because it could literally lead in. They're going at it at Elimination Chamber for the title one last time. Solo's obviously going to lose, and then Jacob Fatu is going to get in the middle of it because he lost again. So I think that's how we're going to get the Solo and fucking Jacob feud going. So I think I just put my own foot in my mouth. So
yeah, but you're not wrong with your opinion, your take, because at the end of the day, like, this was a horrible feud last summer. And with Solo Sikoa, I was getting really behind, like, this new heel work that he was doing as, like, the new leader of the new bloodline. And I think him going against Cody Rhodes yet again and then losing another match, like, I agree with you here, Angelo, Cody's filler feud to Mania. Like, I think that this is not going to do anything good for Solo Sikoa. I understand, like, you want Cody to continue to be, like, a defending champion, but, like, they got to figure something out. And, like, when it comes to long-term storytelling, I feel like that's the thing Triple H is not thinking about. Like when Gunter won King of the Ring, he didn't wrestle until SummerSlam, which I think there's like another PLE like in between that, and they tried like having the world title against somebody else while Gunter was waiting. So it's like people get stuck, it feels like. And I feel like this is the situation here with Solo and Cody.
Well,
because they're waiting for that chamber match.
And from what I read, I think we have a Solo face turn coming. Like, I think that's what the plan is that we're going to be turning Solo face. And I don't know how I feel about that because where I think he was a phenomenal heel, I don't know if he's ready. And that's kind of sad to say because he's been on the main roster for almost 2 years now, if not already 2 years. So
hell no. He is not turning babyface. Not happening.
So who's going to be the babyface in that situation between Fatu and him? Because I don't see Jacob Fatu being a fucking face. I mean, he's a fan favorite, but I don't think he's going to be a face.
I think it's going to be Jacob Fatu because Solo Sikoa is going to be mad that he lost again to Cody. He's going to blame it on Fatu. And then that's when, because Fatu already is getting like babyface reactions from the crowd. So then I think what's going to happen is Fatu's going to get sick of Solo Sikoa treating him like shit, and then he's going to super kick him. The crowd's going to go fucking nuts.
Yes, Angelo, that is exactly where I was about to go into. They're both going in heels, but Fatu's going to be getting the fan reaction. He's going to be getting the face reaction for that entire match because he's just fucking incredible, let's face it. The dude is a built-in world champion, and he's going to be a world champion within the next year, and it's going to be a healthy reign.
And that's the thing. We're just going to have to wait and see what happens there. I hope that like this does lead to Solo versus Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania because I think now might be the time, especially that like Jacob Fatu is already cutting promos. He's already very over with the crowd. This doesn't have to be like a long thing where like we're just waiting and waiting and waiting. I think that having this at WrestleMania, Solo versus Jacob Fatu, is not a bad option at all.
And honestly, like I could see Fatu eventually being a really good face, especially seeing him backstage with Jay after he won the Royal Rumble. Like I think that he's gonna be a really good face one day because the dude's got riz, the charisma, and the fucking aura just speaks for itself. I'm really excited for Fatu. Like he's getting so much heat and push. Solo will turn face and look to Roman for help. See, I see that happening. I see Solo getting fucking destroyed at Mania, taking more time off, and then coming back and having a redemption story. But it's going to be a face story, and that's when I think he'll be ready. After Mania.
I don't know, man. I think Fatu's going to be one of those heels that's like babyface. Like, he's going to go against the heels. I think that's what's going to happen.
I don't. I think that Solo will turn face, but it's going to be after Mania. It's not going to be this soon.
He is doing fantastic. I do agree with that, Josh. 1,000%.
Jacob is a natural-born entertainer. Like, yeah, he's had a troubled fucking past and still kind of has a troubled present, but either or, he's fucking killing it, and he gives his all for this sport, dude, especially for WWE, especially with those paychecks. Yeah, dude, he's showing up to work every fucking day.
That's what I'm saying, Josh. Exactly. The crowd is going to erupt when he says, "I hate you, Solo."
Yeah.
Oh, that's the best fucking thing in like all the new bloodline is.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love Tama Tonga, but
give
it time. I know I saw a comment in here. Give it time. Once Tonga Loa comes back, Cabacho, they're probably going to win tag titles. Patience.
No, the fuck they're not. Dude, at this point, I see Camacho getting released, and they're just gonna keep Tonga because at this point, Tonga and Fatu, dude, they are a actual kind of dynamic duo.
You mean Tama?
That's what I said, Tama.
Oh, I thought you said Tonga.
No, I said, well, they're both Tongas and Tama Tonga. So, but yeah, Tama.
Low is
but either or, Tama and fucking Fatu, dude, it weirdly works. Like the whole Solo and Jacob thing is working better for Jacob and Tama right now, way better. It's more organic, 100%.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Especially since Jacob had more aura than fucking Solo did. So, I mean...
Well, moving on now to our next TV recap. Drew McIntyre's been making a lot of waves since the whole Royal Rumble drama. But on Friday, it was announced that Drew McIntyre is officially on the blue brand. What's your thoughts on this?
Fucking finally, dude. The dude's been trapped on Raw since 2020. It's actually longer, since like 2018. So it's fucking about time. Like, he's shown up on both brands, but like for him to be that home base, like there's a lot of good money in that, man. I know that in 2025 he is moving up into the higher echelons of the industry. He's booked for very big things according to everybody in WWE. So, it's good. That's where the WWE title is right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, Drew McIntyre going to SmackDown definitely makes the most sense. I feel like he's done everything on Raw so far. And, like, with his frustrations, like, it's only a matter of time. Like, he freaking deserves to have, like, a 6-month to, like, a year title run at this point with the work that he's doing. Like, this is the best Drew McIntyre we have seen in fucking years. Like, I really want to see McIntyre win that championship. And I think the SmackDown brand, I think that there's more of a realistic option with that, in my opinion. I think that him possibly beating Cody Rhodes could definitely benefit him. Let's say John Cena becomes 17-time world champion. He could beat John Cena for the title. That'd be a massive push. So I think overall with Drew McIntyre, man, like, I'm all for it, him being on SmackDown, especially like the promo that he cut, like, just felt refreshing.
No, 100%, dude.
And he needed that.
It is, but, like, he's just become such a fucking crybaby lately. Like, it really...
Come on.
Dude,
You're telling me that McIntyre does not have a right to be upset? Like, I had the same conversation last week with Danny.
Man, he has the right to be upset, but it gets to a point when you're whining so much to the point where it's leaking on the internet that you're having a fucking meltdown and that you stormed out of the building because something slightly went wrong in the match. Like, dude, no. Like, I'm not.
But it also works with his character, man.
It works.
You don't know what's real and what's fake, and he's doing a great job at that.
Where that's great and all. That's why you need. That's fucking Cry Me a River bullshit, dude. Like, you are one of the biggest and hottest acts that they have right now, and they lean on you, and you're freaking out over small shit now because he's freaking out over getting tripped up a little bit during his elimination, and that's literally all it was. Fucking Priest bumped into LA Knight slightly because the timing was off. There's so many people in that fucking ring, dude. Eat my ass. I'm sorry, but you're freaking out over dumb, small shit now. I can understand if you got snuffed. 100%. I can get that. If you went through an actual CM Punk situation, 100%. I'm behind you. But if you're going to bitch about slightly bumping into somebody during your elimination and making it look too clean, dude, get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry, but get the fuck out of here. That is some crybaby bullshit.
I'll admit in the situation, like, between that, like, WWE, like, I think the one thing that came out was, like, he was worried about, like, how it was going to come out, like, on the television. WWE Production's some of the best shit. They got cameras all over the place. They would be able to find a way to make it work.
Yeah, and again, I know that professionalism has prevailed over, like, bullshit, because now you get to blur the lines a little bit, which, they did. But, dude, LA Knight, man, you got to give it to him for one. That heartfelt promo, which was going to be my highlight of the week this week, was that promo that LA Knight delivered out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. It wasn't planned. It wasn't scripted. He gave it out there, and it was fucking awesome. But to end it with, oh, yeah, I forgot to get my stuff in. Classic. Because they zoomed into McIntyre.
But that's why Drew McIntyre is a fucking genius, because I feel like with Drew, this is why he's so good, because he's really bringing out the best in all of these people that he's feuding with. Like, with LA Knight, like, I have not been this excited about LA Knight in a fucking long-ass time since winning the United States Championship. It felt stale for months. It felt stale,
but now... It felt stale because it was booked awfully.
But now, like, him, like, actually shooting like that, that's the LA Knight I know. Yeah, that's the Eli Drake I fucking fell in love with. So I loved it.
And I love it because none of that shit was
CM
scripted.
Punk, Drew McIntyre brought out the best in CM Punk, Seth Rollins. Everybody he works with, he brings out the best in, and that is why he criminally deserves to be a world champion.
But he needs to stop being such a whine ass. And that's the whole point of this. Like, I get it. He deserves all of that. But he needs to stop being such a whine ass over small things. That's what I'm getting at. Not the big things. If you get snuffed, I get it. But if it's tiny bullshit like that...
So I'm going to leave it as this. If I put my feet in Drew McIntyre's boots,
Yep,
I think
man.
I would be just as pissed off. I'd be frustrated. I probably would have left the company because he's doing the best work and, like, he's not getting rewarded for it. Like, the dude really deserves to be WWE champion. I really think so. But
Yeah, I gotta go with Dan, man. I'm telling you, Shinsuke winning that championship off LA Knight was the stupidest fucking decision that they've ever made because it's a wasted-ass, half-ass, garbage-ass title run, and the dude's got no fucking aura. He came out at the Rumble, nobody popped. It was quiet as crickets.
Yeah, but LA Knight, like, yes, he's over with the crowd, but, like, his title run wasn't anything special because of booking.
Booked like shit. If you put him against the right people, like an AJ and him fucking 2, would have been great.
That could be
AJ
great.
and him 2 would have been great. Him and
It's
Andrade
booking's
with
fault.
a good
It's not LA
solid
Knight's fault.
Him and Andrade with a good solid story would have been fucking money.
But the same thing could be said with Shinsuke. Bad booking.
But
that's what it really comes down to.
Shinsuke has no fucking aura whatsoever, dude. This gimmick is lost at this point. It is dead in the fucking water because they've done nothing with it.
Anything.
Hasn't been wrestling.
Agree.
He's just been chilling in the background from people just to kind of see like who he wants. Dude, nobody fucking cares at this point. And his look is fucking new entrance music. All of it is generic as fuck. And he hasn't defended the title once. It's garbage, bro. It is straight dumpster fire garbage. And the dude needs to either go back to Japan or go to AEW, honestly, because he would fucking thrive there.
Man, I would love to see him back in New Japan. I know Ricky would too.
Ricky would probably fucking absolutely fill his pants with the idea of him being back in New Japan. And honestly, at this point, dude, Ricky's on it.
He is. But let's read some of the comments now on Drew McIntyre on SmackDown, and then we'll move on. I heard that there might be plans to pivot Drew's main event or Mania feuds. I feel bad for Priest. I do too. He's kind of got lost in the shuffle since losing the title.
He should have stayed on Raw.
Yeah. I feel like they actually wanted to separate McIntyre from Seth and Punk, even backstage. That's also a possibility. But at the end of the day, they're all professionals. They know what to do. McIntyre needs to go to SmackDown. He really needs that move. I want to see him win another championship. Me too. Dan putting over everybody enjoying the LA Knight promo here. Let's see. All this heat and push with LA Knight and Drew. Shinsuke just chilling with the wasted championship run. Nail on the head. Absolutely. But moving on now to some Monday Night Raw
Facts,
recap.
Dan.
Monday on Raw, Jey Uso made his Royal Rumble decision and picked Gunter for WrestleMania 41. There's some fans in the IWC who are disappointed in this. How do you feel about Gunter versus Jey happening again, except this time at WrestleMania?
Dog, this was written in the stars months ago. It was written in the stars the moment Gunther told him that he'll be nothing but fucking street trash. And to dethrone him and take that title off of him, yeah, dude. This was written in the stars months ago. They pulled the trigger on it. Jey Uso will be the one to dethrone Gunther for his first world title at the biggest stage of them all, at Las Vegas. Who knew that it would have been fucking yeet? Like, who knew, dude? Like, and it makes sense. It makes so much sense because they've put so much stock into both of these superstars to inevitably collide again on a broader scope. And honestly, man, I'm excited about it. The people that are bitching about it, dude, clearly know jack shit, dude. Let it cook. It's going to be a fucking banger.
That's exactly my opinion right there from Angelo. Let it cook.
The best match at
This
Mania.
could be the best match at Mania. You never know. See, this is my problem now about Jey Uso. I hate the fact that, like, the IWC continue to shit on Jey Uso. The ones that aren't at the wrestling shows in and giving him all of his flowers and respect, they shit on him because he had one bad match at WrestleMania 40 against Jimmy Uso. One bad match is what people are saying why he doesn't deserve a world championship run. To me, that's bullshit. Every great professional wrestler in this business has had one or two bad matches. And for Jey, especially being a tag team specialist his entire career since training at FCW.
It's pretty impressive.
That's what I'm saying. Pretty impressive. I think that people just need to just be patient, let this cook, because Gunther's that final boss and Jey hasn't beat him yet. So let the story tell itself. And I think, especially with like the reactions that Jey Uso's getting, it's like freaking Stone Cold in the Attitude Era. Like, everybody is there for Jey Uso. Like, people are paying friggin' all this TKO extra money to go to these wrestling shows. Tickets are double the price now, And a lot of people say the reason that they're going, they want their kid to yeet with Jey Uso. He's over! That's why he won the Royal Rumble. That's why he fucking deserves this. And if anybody disagrees, then I might be dropping a pike bomb like fucking Ricky here.
Time to sit down, cross your legs, and sit in the middle of the ring and talk your shit. Say it with your chest, boy.
Exactly, Dan. Triple H said it to himself.
Over.
The story is never over. Exactly. But that's the thing with Jay. Like, I just think it's time. Like, he needs the world championship. He's over right now.
Yep.
And I think that this is bigger. I think that this might get me some heat. I think that this is bigger than the Yes Movement. I think it's bigger than Kofi Mania.
Facts. 100%. You're not wrong.
And don't get me wrong, I love that Kofi got the WWE Championship. I love that Bryan Danielson got that WrestleMania 30 moment there. But this is huge.
This is bigger. This is bigger. This is
bigger.
somebody who literally debuted from the ground up, built himself, and took almost 15 years to do it. So yeah, no. Yeet Mania, bro.
Ooh, that would be cool. I hope we get Jay and Jimmy moment at Mania as singles champs.
That'd be
Big
sick.
Jim, I'm not going to lie, dude.
Big
on
Jim
SmackDown,
Uso.
that segment, dude, with Big
Give him
Jim,
the US
I was
title.
impressed. Dude,
Give him the
I'm
US
getting
title.
behind him.
Give
I
him the
like
US
it.
title.
I was going to say, have him beat Shinsuke at Mania. Or Elimination Chamber. And
No, Mania.
Dude, at Mania, no, imagine this. On the same night, they both win the titles, and then we get that like Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero moment, except it's Jimmy and Jay, dude.
And then that song that has to play is the OG Uso theme song.
Yes.
Yep. We need the
agree.
return of the OG fucking Uso theme song in that middle of that fucking ring, dude. And oh my god, dude. Yeah, that'd be great.
Man, everybody.
Over as fuck.
He's so over, and like you can't deny it. You really can't. Like this is why he's in the position that he's in.
And to think that I've been praising Jey Uso's name since
have.
I've been on this podcast. You know, I've been telling, I've been saying it this whole time that he's a made world champion. And, you know, I couldn't wait to see it. And here we are. We're actually living in it, man. We're living in that reality, and it's fucking exciting.
So wait, when it comes to the theme song, are you talking about the Battle Cry one?
No, the
With the
OG Uso
Usos?
theme song is just fucking dial 6, day 1 each. You know?
Oh, dude, the OG,
actual one, the OG
OG one is Usos from this era.
No, dude, I'm not talking about that era. I'm talking about their most well-known song, dog.
Okay, like
Uso
the
theme.
main eventing WrestleMania 39. Yeah. That Uso song.
No, not the fucking Battle Cry one. No, fuck no. No, dude. No, not the
I
fucking
couldn't stand
Battle
them
Cry
during
one.
that time, man. I
I couldn't stand their attire either.
You didn't like this?
No, I fucking hated that shit, dude.
I still got to
No.
rotate these for a future video. Best One Donnie channel. Subscribe. But moving on now to our last We Are Wrestling weekly TV recap. Tuesday on NXT. You gotta wait for the main event topic. We're not going to talk about Ricky Starks just yet, guys.
Nope. You have to
Definitely
wait.
stay tuned for it. But Danny did send us a video on his thoughts, and we might as well listen to it here.
Might as well.
We might as well. So, guys, our third co-host here with the most, Danny Huckins. Here's his thoughts on Ricky Starks on NXT last night.
We are
Ricky knows
wrestling
best.
maniacs. Unfortunately,
Oh, shit,
I
no,
am
Danny knows
unable to attend the live taping of the We Are Wrestling podcast today. I apologize. I have some personal stuff going on currently, and I have to leave town. But I did want to send in a video, or a couple of videos,
Show some
for
Danny
a
love
couple
in
of
the
the
chat,
topics
ladies
or whatever
and
that are going to
gentlemen.
be talked about and discussed today. Because I feel like
okay if you
today's
don't
going to
feel
be
like
a
it.
banger episode. And if you guys haven't, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and hit the like button, man. Spam that shit. Helps out an algorithm. I appreciate it. And I know the guys do too. Ben and Donnie are going to be killing it today. One of the topics that we're going to be talking about today is the Ricky Starks going to NXT situation. I will say, because I was live last night watching NXT Live, I don't normally stream on Tuesdays or whatever, but I knew I wasn't going to be here on Wednesday.
I never understood that
And
one.
I like to at least do 3 streams a week. So I did watch it live.
All
If you
because
wanna
it's
see
not
my
black and
real
gold, it's
life
fucking
reaction
silver
of Ricky
logo.
Starks showing up, I went absolutely fucking nuclear. It was absolutely insane. I'm not shocked, but I'm a little bit surprised. Just the way that he showed up. You know,
Danny
he just
knows
came through the
best.
crowd or whatever, cut a little bit of a promo and then, dipped out. I thought they were going to do something a little bit more innovative. Like, I thought he was going to end up doing something at, like, Vengeance Day. I thought just the way, you can tell that he didn't want to waste any time. You know, he was a free agent. You know, the minute TK, you know, was like, you're out. You know, he was on the phone right then and there, be like, yo, let's figure something out. You know, I need to be in NXT or be a part of the WWE system in some way. It's cool. It's definitely different because I'm just so used to seeing Ricky Starks in AEW. But I mean, I guess that goes to show like when Adam Copeland or Chris Jericho or whatever, like when they left WWE and went to AEW or whatever, like it was cool, it was new, but it was also strange at the same time because like you got so used to seeing them in one product and on one show or whatever, and then you see him, you know, in the WWE system or in Adam Copeland's case, the AEW system. It's a little bit strange. It's going to take a little bit of time to get used to. But this is where I feel like the pro wrestling system, like the pro wrestling world is thriving right now. Because there's just so many different areas people can go to. People can go to AEW. People can go to WWE. People can go to TNA. There's going to be a bunch of people from WWE that may not be lighting the world on fire in that system, but I mean, they go over here, they can really like get a footing or whatever and really make a name for themselves. So I'm really excited about it. I'm excited to see what he's gonna be doing. Now the question is, and I want to ask each and every one of you, man, what do you think, or who do you think Ricky Stark's very first feud in the WWE is going to be? If I had to guess right now, and if I had to like put out a prediction into the universe, I think him and Tony D'Angelo will be able to have some bangers. I think taking the North American title off of Tony D'Angelo, throwing that shit on Ricky Starks, I mean, could definitely make him a superstar in that world, in that system. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he does, and let us know your thoughts in the live chat as well as the comment section below.
Yeah, when it comes to Danny, man, I just want to say this real quick about Tony D'Angelo. I don't understand the hype at all. I really don't. I cannot stand Tony D'Angelo.
It's not you. It's not you.
Why? What happened?
Dan made a meme of me.
Oh, boy, he did?
It says Rage meeting Rhea Ripley and asking her to pin him, and then it shows the same dude walking the other direction saying Rage staring at Buddy Matthews as she does it.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna send it to you, and then if you want, you can share.
Yeah,
on the screen.
I'll throw
Dude,
it in there. Maybe during the next Ricky Knows Best or something.
I'll put it.
But yeah, I don't understand it. But I could see Ethan Page. That's a good one. But I gotta stop talking about Ricky Starks, because if you want to hear Ben and I's opinion on that, you're gonna have to wait until the main event topic. But now, with that being said, guys, let's get into the We Are Wrestling weekly news and rumors. And we got a lot to talk about here, especially AEW, which the last couple weeks, AEW has been very, very quiet, and I think we know why. So, we got some new AEW free agents. According to PW Insider, Miro and AEW came to a mutual agreement on his exit from the company. Miro is officially gone from AEW. Malachi Black's AEW contract expired on February 9th, and he is also now officially a free agent, meaning both of these two can go wherever they want. So, Ben, I gotta ask you, let's talk about Miro and AEW. What's your thoughts on him being a free agent? Rusev Day.
I mean, I don't really have...
You didn't miss a lot, James.
I didn't really have any expectations from Miro, just, you know, how everything's been going. So I don't really have much to comment on there, but whatever he decides to do next, I hope it's successful. But as for Aleister Black, well...
Okay, we'll get into that in just a moment.
You know,
so my thoughts on Miro and AEW parting ways. Thank God. It's about time. Tony Khan just needs to cut the dead weight. I think that Miro, I think he could definitely benefit from maybe going to New Japan. I think that could be a really good idea for him to kind of reinvent himself a little bit. Maybe possibly go to TNA, because they could definitely use some star power there. And I think that he would fit in more because they have bigger stars over there, like big guys that he can work with. So, I don't know.
Gotta kill Tony.
Oh, yeah, dude. I can't wait to get into that.
Straight muerto.
But when it comes to Miro, like, this release, it should have happened a long time ago. And believe it or not, Ben, you want to know something interesting about that? So apparently, Miro and Andrade, their last match was at AEW World's End in Long Island, the show I was at. Oh. And Andrade left the company after that match because his contract was up after that night. Miro hasn't wrestled or been seen since.
Since the Royal Rumble of last year?
So since World's End, which was the end of December.
Yeah, so basically like Rumble of last year since before that. Damn, that's fucking wild, dude. Yeah, just go to TNA, go to Japan, or fucking hit the indies for a little bit, man. Maybe put some respect on your name before you really do anything.
Yeah, because I honestly don't. Decisions. I'm gonna say it. I don't want him to go to WWE. Like
at this point,
not in this era.
I'm gonna give you my God's honest truth when it comes to Miro. I feel like he's in the same boat as EC3 and Heath Slater. Like, wow. I think he's just kind of like blacklisted from like professional wrestling hype. You know, it's just I don't see a lot of hope there. You know, when it comes to Miro.
Well, that's the thing. Well, that's the thing about Miro though too. Like he kind of got himself in that category, and like I wish I could say you're wrong because I love Miro, I love Rusev's work, but you're really not wrong when you say that because with Miro, like with AEW, a lot of the times it's bad booking.
Yeah.
But like, dude, Miro had an ego.
He had an ego. He has no aura.
Like he refused to put people over. That was one of the big issues.
That, and he has no charisma, no aura. He has no personality. There's not really a great moveset there. Like he's got a couple of exciting moves, but that's it. He has kind of shit-ass mic skills, but then again, that comes with the language barrier. But at the same time, what the fuck are you doing on your free time?
No, but dude, with his Rusev work with Lana in WWE in like 2015 was so good.
Oh well, don't expect to ever see a fucking reunion there. But that was kind of his shining star was Lana. Lana carried a lot of his physical work, in terms of the mic skills. That was his mouthpiece. That was also his eye candy. So a lot of if anything, a lot of his success relied on Lana.
He did cut good promos in AEW, that I agree.
Yeah,
but it's the problem that, like, if you're a professional wrestler, especially, like, in today's, like, generation, you have to be able to put over other talent, too, while putting yourself over. And that just kind of tells you, like, how he feels about, like, his ego. Like, he feels threatened.
I get it.
But, now let's get into Malachi, though. Because now his contract's officially up. I know for weeks we've been talking about it, but now it's officially set. Like, he's no longer with AEW. He's off the roster page. Ben, how do you feel?
It's not about how I feel. It's about what I'm thinking about, and all I can think about is the monster fucking pop that he's about to get when he erupts in WWE here in a little bit, possibly a few days, because if there's something I've noticed, if they went this quick to get Ricky Starks into action, they're going to be even quicker with Malachi. Expect to see him back in the coming weeks. They already have creative plans for him. They want him back. It's going to happen. He's going to be back with his wife under Triple H's guidance, and he was a Triple H guy. So, motherfucker, if you're not excited, you need to go in the corner, maybe beat off to feel better about yourself because, dude, holy fuck, I'm excited.
Yeah,
No. Dan, you got to rephrase that. It's bring back Alistair. He's not going to be back as Malachi.
I love that, like, everybody hears, like, I'm so used to calling him Malachi now.
No.
That tells you how good he did in AEW, like, despite not being booked good.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times, like, when it comes to, like, wrestlers that, like, go from one company to another, a lot of the times, like, you call them by, like, their WWE name.
Donnie. Aura. He's got it.
Obviously. Come on
Aura.
now. Tell me something I don't know.
It's why it worked, man. There's some people that can get away with, fuck, I know him as Malachi now. It's like you almost, you kind of get lost in translation there. And same, it's going to take me a little bit to refer to him as Alistair again, but it's still cool.
Dan, I honestly forgot his name in WWE.
Tommy End is Aura. Yep. 100%.
Tommy End, dude. I remember watching him before making it, dude. He main evented one of the original Blitzkrieg shows. And I was like, dude, this guy's talented.
Yeah, dude, Aleister Black is about to make a big
And I was so mad I didn't beat him.
Aleister Black will be a mid-card champion to start, but he will main event and become a world champion at some point. He will not be slept on by Triple H. He's not one of those people I see getting lost in the shuffle. He is everything that Triple H looks for.
I agree. I will say this about it's only a matter of when he's going to show up to WWE. We all know it's going to happen. He was a Triple H guy. He was booked heavily in the black and gold NXT as a main event star. So I think, especially with him in AEW, like, he obviously got lost in the shuffle, but he did have some highlights during there. And
oh my God, James, yes.
He was over. That's the thing, too. Like, he was over at AEW, and, like, any opportunity he got, he did go out there and make the best of it, which is why I think WWE, they are heavily interested in bringing him back. Because he could have been like Miro and Andrade and just complained about the way he was being booked, not happy with, like, what's going on here. But he went out there and he did the best he could with what was given. So I think, like, with Aleister coming back, he's going to be one of those guys that I think is going to be in a better position because he left AEW
James,
and not stayed in WWE.
Absolutely. James said have him take the U.S. title off Nakamura. Absolutely. Absolutely. Make that be his only feud and take that title off, and we could possibly see him this Friday on SmackDown, and I would love every fucking second.
All right, so here, I'm not going to doubt that, James, him showing up on SmackDown, because in this new era of WWE, clearly anything's possible. Ricky Starks just showed up in NXT, and I thought it wasn't happening because he was supposed to be at Northeast Wrestling on Saturday, May 3rd.
Same, Angelo.
So I had no idea, Rick. I thought he was going to finish his dates. That was it. Maybe he still will. We don't know yet because it's literally 24 hours, not even. But I will say this, though, like with Malachi, I kind of hope they wait until after WrestleMania when we need that fresh start. I think that's the best way to bring him back. If not, do what I said before. Karrion Kross issues an open challenge or something. And then Aleister's music hits at WrestleMania. That would be fucking nuts.
That would be nuts. I do want to say 100% hot take. I like that Ricky Starks is in an NXT to start. I love that.
Yep.
My other hot take, though, is I hate that Jordynne Grace is in NXT. I hate it.
We did talk about that last week.
I think she is main roster material.
She is, and the reason why they're having her there right now is because there's no storylines for her in WrestleMania. So I think they want to wait until after WrestleMania to bring her up. And I don't think that's not a bad thing.
I think it's temporary.
It's temporary, but don't throw her right into the Sharks. Like, we don't need that to happen.
No, I don't think so
Jordynne Grace
either.
is a main eventer. We need her to win Women's World Champions, and we can't just throw her right in there right away.
I honestly see Jordynne Grace taking it off of Chelsea Green. Honestly, I see her going to SmackDown. Like, I've done a lot of thinking about it lately. I've done a lot of thinking about it lately.
Okay.
But anyways,
I will say, though, with, like, Aleister Black, though, I'm very excited to see what they're going to do, and I do agree here with what Angelo is saying. I think they will build up his return, because that's the thing about Aleister and Malachi. That's one thing that he could do. Very good storytelling vignettes.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's one thing WWE production is very good at, is doing that. So I could definitely see that being a possibility. But we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. I'm sure we're going to be talking about him showing up in WWE in no time. But the question is, when is it going to happen? We're just going to have to wait and see. Moving on now to our next We Are Wrestling weekly news and rumors. We got an update from Limitless Keith Lee. According to PW Insider, Keith Lee, who has been out of action for a long time and hasn't been at any events, was seen last week at AEW Dynamite backstage. So, the question is, how should AEW bring back Keith Lee? Like, let's say, like, we don't want the situation to happen where, like, he's just one of those former WWE guys and he pretty much leaves, and then he just leaves AEW, goes right to WWE. Let's say we want to fix his run in AEW. How do we do that?
What? Sorry, Keith Lee.
Yes, how do we fix him in AEW?
You don't. You bring him back home. You don't, because he's just gonna get lost in the shuffle again, man. You and I both know it. He does not really fit there right now with everything that they kind of got going on from what I know of. I mean, it just... fuck, man. I wish Keith Lee took the time while he had the time off to hopefully get in better shape, miraculous shape.
Well, we haven't seen him in the public eye.
The last time we saw him in the public eye was last WrestleMania at the Hall of Fame when he accidentally fucking walked in front of the camera frame. And
Okay, but that was last year. What if Keith Lee did get himself in great shape?
And I am hoping that that's the case, but I'm not going to fucking hold my breath, man. Like, the dude needs to cut a little bit because he was having a lot of issues. I'm assuming heart-related issues because he's so fucking big and he's doing a bunch of crazy shit and he
did.
Yeah, he did. And that's what I'm saying. And they were very bad at one point. And it's like, dude, a lot of that is
but
the
a lot
fucking weight
of
you're carrying.
Yeah,
the dude
but a lot
sweats from sneezing.
Yeah, but a lot of Keith Lee's medical problems, and like he has said this on like multiple interviews and social media. I believe he did get COVID-19. Like he did test positive like during the time where it was bad, and I think that like caused a lot of issues because I know there's people in this world that do deal with like long-term COVID effects.
Yeah, and do you want to know why they have those?
I think Keith Lee was one of them.
And you want to know why they have those? Underlying health issues already. People that are typically usually healthy, get over it, and he has not. And a lot of that is from other shit.
Dude, no, with long-term COVID, there's people out there that have been very healthy that have had it. And
true, and I'll put that there. But he already had some underlying shit prior, so it's like if it exacerbated it and is putting a long-term thing on him, then did we last see Keith Lee during COVID as well? Yes.
Yeah, but
WWE.
But with Keith Lee though, I do hope like he is in better shape if he do come back to TV. But before I do share my thoughts on what I would do if I was booking Keith Lee's return to AEW, because some can hope, some can pray. I'm one of them. Let's hear Danny's thoughts on this, because he's an average AEW viewer, which he won't be doing a live watch along tonight. He did want me to send that message to his Danny Axe on here.
Said, I'm like a fucking cockroach. You can't get rid of me. There's nothing that you, yes, I'm looking at you, Mr. Timmy, Mr. Jonathan, Mr. Angel, Mr. whoever the hell you are watching this stream right now. You guys can't get rid of me. I'm just something inside
he just
of
called
your
himself
brain
a cockroach?
that just grows and expands. Anyway, man. So, apparently, this past Wednesday, Keith Lee was backstage at AEW Dynamite. Donnie wants my thoughts and my opinions on what the future pretty much is going to look like for Keith Lee in AEW. And as big of a Keith Lee fan as I am, and you know, I really am a big fan. I have been since NXT Black and Gold. And I don't want to like get too political or whatever as to like, you know, why Keith Lee is having all kinds of health issues or whatever. You know, I don't really feel like that this is the kind of platform that I should really be airing my own personal opinions on. But we can all pretty much take a wild guess. Unfortunately, man, like with the amount of health.
I can't help it.
Bitch, are you crying? Are you crying, you little bitch? Just go to get yourself a tissue for that wee issue, lad.
He really did call himself a cockroach. Wait.
Aye. Called himself a cockroach.
We are wrestling maniacs, unfortunately. But I did want to send in.
No, wait. What the hell is going on?
Restarted.
He
wanted to hear himself call himself a cockroach.
Has had in the past, whatever. He had in his like towards his last run in WWE, and then you know obviously it's happening again. I'm not quite sure what the in-ring status is going to be for somebody like Keith Lee. The guy's talented. You know, he moves around like a guy his size shouldn't be able to.
I'm so
you know, he moves around like he's fucking Rey Mysterio, when in reality he probably weighs, you know, 4 times what Rey Mysterio weighs or whatever. And nothing will make me happier than to see Keith Lee back in the ring, back
bigger than Rey Mysterio.
You know, getting involved, you know, doing what he's doing, or whatever. I'm very unsure about as far as like what his health status is.
Bro.
I don't know,
dude is fucking
what the
sobbing
plan
right
is
now.
going to be going forward. I don't even
fucking
think
shit,
personally
bro.
Tony Khan really has
Shit
much of a plan
himself.
or whatever. He just wings it day by day, Vince McMahon 2.0.
He
But
said,
we're just gonna have to sit back and guess and speculate, and because
cry
that's what us
harder, bro.
podcasters do. And
I'm so
I
happy
hope
he's back, Ben.
nothing for the
So
best. I wish nothing but the best for
Yo, you
Keith
keep
Lee.
laughing, man.
He
Beat
is
yourself again,
phenomenal,
homie.
and from what I know, he is
Woosah.
a fantastic human being or whatever, and that's most
You'll never
important.
wait for
But
the
as far as like
time
his
to try and
health
stop
issues
crying.
and like his in-ring abilities or whatever, I'm not quite sure he can get healthy enough to really get back in the ring and wrestling at the level that he once was able to.
Ooh, bold words there from Danny.
Because he's fucking right. He's not even wrong.
He is kind of right, but I just want to clarify that he did call himself a cockroach. Hold on a minute.
I'm like a fucking cockroach. You can't get rid of me.
He did call himself
There's
a
nothing
cockroach.
that you, yes, I'm looking at you, Mr. Timmy, Mr. Jonathan,
None of these
Mr.
names are in
Angel,
the chat.
Mr.
Look
Whoever
at
the
what
hell
Dan
you are
just
watching
wrote.
this stream right now. You guys can't get rid of me. I'm just something inside of your brain that just grows and expands. Anyway, man.
All right, we can go back now. Whew. Okay, those were some.
Can't go
that was
back from calling yourself a
interesting take.
cockroach.
I can't believe he called himself a cockroach. I did not like. I was not
Leave it a
prepared.
cockroach.
I was not prepared for that. But I will say, like with Keith Lee, like him coming back, I will give my thoughts on it. Like I hope he does come back to the ring. He is somebody who's very talented at what he does, and I do think the end goal, he will go back to WWE once his contract's up with AEW. It's only a matter of time. His run, it was good in the beginning with him and Swerve, but then after they broke up and Keith Lee had some health issues, he kind of got lost in the shuffle, unfortunately. But I do think he will go back to WWE. Triple H made him a friggin', he held both the North American and NXT championship at the same time. He was a top guy over there, so I think it's only a matter of time he goes back. But I will say, if I were to book Keith Lee's return,
Sup, Death Street?
I would probably have Keith Lee come back to AEW and accept Platinum Max's open challenge. Because Max Caster, since breaking up with the Acclaimed, he's been doing this whole like open challenge thing. Who can survive with the best wrestler alive? And pretty much we got to see Roosh come back, which now like he's starting to do things regularly on Collision, which is good. So I think Keith Lee accepting that challenge, like maybe on like a bigger stage, like a Revolution or like Double or Nothing, I think that'd be a good boost to kind of get him back in like the fold.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, no, like I do agree with you, Angelo. Like I'd rather see Keith Lee than Miro in WWE. Absolutely. Like I do want to see Keith Lee back in WWE, but like I don't like the fact that like every time there's like a former WWE star, like we're always just like, all right, we need them to leave. Like I kind of want to like see like what they could do with Keith Lee back. Maybe this time healthy. Maybe he could build some stock up. And maybe prove to WWE that he could stay healthy. He could prove to WWE that he is that guy. That's what I want from him. But, yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens with Keith Lee. I won't be surprised if he does show up in a couple weeks. Maybe even Australia, too. Maybe this Saturday.
Facts.
But, moving on now to our next We Are Wrestling Weekly News and Rumors. WWE Hall of Famer Paul Elgerin, who was recently released by WWE with AOP, spoke for the first time on social media and posted this, and I quote, WWE, I am tired of the talking heads. Akeem and Rezar can, without a doubt, beat any tag team in the business today. Pedigree check. LOD 2.0. What's your thoughts on his statement?
I don't know, because they came back and they came in as quick as they left. I mean, they left as quick as they came in, man. They did nothing. I think, if anything, it was good on Karrion Kross's part to have them, but AOP really wasn't doing anything. Like, they don't have aura. They weren't really connecting with the crowd. Paul Ellering, he's a fucking legend, but it just was not working in WWE, man. I think Kross is finally able to start standing on his own now. Like, he's really owning his character work, and people are finally starting to get some, traction behind him, which is great because now he's destined for some greater things. It's unfortunate, but I think they're going to thrive elsewhere, and I hope that wherever they go, it's successful.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Like, Authors of Pain, I was a big fan of their work. NXT, Black and Gold, I thought that they were fantastic. Some of the takeover matches that they had were really good. But I think with just like the main roster during this time, it just didn't work because WWE, they haven't really been pushing a lot of their tag teams. Like, now we're finally getting some momentum, especially like with like the Raw tag titles being defended consistently, and the SmackDown ones like finally gets like a PLE match. Like, we're starting to get some momentum, but like for a while they were back in WWE, they weren't really doing anything with the titles. And I think that it was just a missed opportunity. Final Testament, I think they could have done more with. And I think that they really missed the opportunity there to do something. But at least Karrion Kross now, like, he's finally has like a path in his WWE run, which is good because for a while we didn't know what they were going to do with him. So now that like he has like a goal. And like we're seeing a lot of him like getting in the heads of a lot of the baby faces. And we're starting to see a lot of heel turns because of him, which I do like. But when it's all said and done, I think that Authors of Pain, timing is everything, and I think just right now is just not their time in WWE. But comparing them to LOD 2.0, I have to strongly disagree with that one. That they are nowhere near Legion of Doom.
Yeah, no, dude. It's an unfortunate situation all the way around, though.
And that's the thing too. Like, also, what probably didn't help Authors of Pain was when they did get released by WWE at the time, which I do agree Vince was an idiot for firing them at the time. They didn't do anything in the independents. They didn't do really much anywhere else. They pretty much just stayed like under the radar until they came back to WWE. And I feel like, especially in like this era, if you want to be over, like, you have to go out and you have to explore. Like, you can't be just a WWE guy.
I get it.
But yeah, we're just gonna have to see what happens. Like I said, I do wish nothing but the best for all of them. But them being LOD 2.0.
No, get out of here.
Sheesh. But
me again. Danny here. Again. Apologize for not being here in the live format.
Guess Dave's got some thoughts on
You
this.
guys can't get rid of me, man.
Yeah,
I'm like a fucking cockroach, okay? Can't get rid of me. I do appreciate you guys tuning in, though. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe and like. So Paul Ellering apparently stated, I don't know if it was on social media or an interview or whatever. As you know, AOP and Paul Ellering recently got the axe, man. They recently got released again by Triple H and WWE. And Paul Ellering mentioned that AOP are sort of, in a way, this generation's version of the Legion of Doom 2.0.
Not agree,
to where they can go up against any tag team. They can be any tag team or whatever. I don't know if that's stretching it a little bit. Animal and Hawk, they were, on a whole nother level. They were definitely, pioneers in the whole tag team wrestling world. I wouldn't necessarily classify AOP to be in, like, even close to being the same category as LOD, but I do think with the right booking, with the right story, with the right opponents, I do feel like AOP will be able to add something to the tag division. I'm just not quite sure what that something is. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to see it, at least in WWE. But, I mean, do they go to AEW? Could we see them having a story with the Hurt Syndicate? Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. I think them and AOP will be able to have some bangers. Do they go to TNA and, maybe feud with the System or feud with the Rascals? There's a lot that can happen, and that's what makes competition so great in the world of pro wrestling. Everybody's like, WWE is better than, AEW. AEW is better than WWE. TNA is, better than both. But, like, just having that competition, having that freedom to be able to be like, all right, I'm going to go over here and tear it up. It obviously didn't work in this world, but I'm going to go over here and show the world what I'm really made of. So, I don't know. Paul Ellering might have been out of pocket here as far as the comparison to LOD. But I do think that AOP, with the right booking and the right creative, they could have been one hell of a tag team. So that's just my thoughts. Appreciate you guys. And I'll see you guys next week.
I like these pre-recorded takes from Danny. They're not that delusional.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to say some crazy shit, but...
it's only usually on live.
Yeah, it's usually live. I think he knew, like, if he said something out of line, like, Legion of Doom is AOP, like, I would have just removed the video. I wouldn't even let it finish.
You're like, nope, bye.
I'm the host with the most. I get to make the final call at the end of the day.
Facts.
But we're just gonna have to wait and see with AOP. Honestly, like what Danny said about them showing up in TNA, working with the Rascals, like Hardys, I wouldn't be against that. I think that TNA would be a good spot. But AEW, keep them far away from there, please. We do not need AOP. But moving on now to our next We Are Wrestling weekly news and rumors. We got an update on Elias to AEW/Ring of Honor. According to Fightful, Elijah, formerly known as Elias, has not actually signed with AEW and Ring of Honor. However, as of late, there's been word that TNA has expressed interest in using him. Thoughts?
I mean, I like Elias. I was clearly a fan of him, and I was clearly a fan of his brother. I'm just, I hope that it's just successful. I hope he doesn't get lost in the shuffle. I hope that eventually he does return to WWE, because I really enjoyed him there. I really did, especially when he was the Drifter. I just... I have no hope in Ring of Honor or AEW, but Impact, or not Impact, TNA rather, yes. Absolutely.
Ooh, Elias versus Joe Hendry concert battle.
That'd be so fucking good.
They have teased that, I think, in the Indies. They did something
Dan.
there. But I will say this. Like I said last week, when like the video surfaced that Elias like posted with the Righteous, Vincent, and Dutch, I think it's a perfect fit. I think that, man, that would be such like a great group if it was anywhere else besides AEW. Like, I think TNA, with their production, having a group like that, Elias, Vincent, and Dutch, they could make some magic. Like, WWE, obviously, same thing. Just anywhere but AEW, because time after time, like, Tony Khan has proved that, like, can't really be consistent with good storytelling. And that's the thing that's just so unfortunate, because I think Elias being with Vincent and Dutch, and he might not be signed right now, but I know that they're probably, like, because they did get a lot of good reactions with that video that surfaced, like, we could see it happen, which I'm not totally against, but I just don't, for Elias, he's so talented that, like, he can't get lost in the shuffle. He can't. He needs to be consistent on whatever television show he's a part of weekly. Thanks. But, man, the Righteous in TNA would be so good. Which, yeah, no, I do agree with you guys on that. But, looks like Ricky does have some thoughts here on Elias, which he did, let us know. This was before this news came out about him not being signed. But, let's hear Ricky's thoughts on Elias being with the Righteous.
Knows best, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky knows best. Believe in me. God bless you.
It's me, Ricky Williams. Moxley's just as crazy as him.
No, Ricky! Bullshit!
They do it too sometimes. I'll be catching
it.
It's me, Ricky Williams.
Stop playing.
But that's my opinion. He's so over.
Ricky knows best, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky knows best. Believe in me. God bless you.
And my thoughts on Elias joining the Righteous in ROH. It's a good move for Elias. Elias had all the potential in the world, but he kind of lost his way in the mix, I guess. That's just what I see out of it. But Elias has always been, he's been underrated. He had potential. Even that old man over there said it. You know who I'm talking about. But I think it's a new star in ROH. I think he can become the star that he was destined to be in WWE. I think. But like I said, that's just my opinion. Let me know what y'all think. Peace.
I'm surprised actually by hearing that with Ricky, because I know Ricky's more into like the professional wrestlers, the ones that do like the crazy spots, the 5-star matches. So I'm surprised that Ricky actually likes Elias. I did not know that.
Learn something new.
But yeah, we're just gonna have to stay up to date with this, and hopefully Elias does what's best for him in his career, because he's a very talented wrestler. But moving on now to our next news. 1/3 of the Iron Savages, one half of Bear Country, Bear Boulder, has been fired by AEW. The company learned that he had been arrested for battery by strangulation to his woman back in January, and they cut him from the company immediately. What's your thoughts on this?
Good. Fuck that dude. Like, dude, you're a big ass fucking dude, and then you're gonna try and strangle and assault your wife? Man, like, I don't know, like, who the fuck you think you are, but men do not lay hands on women, unless, obviously, self-defense, but from what it's looking like, it wasn't. So if a company's gonna immediately terminate you for that shit, I mean, granted, I feel like any company that you have any kind of assault charge on your wife, you're getting let go, because at that point, you're kind of in danger to everybody else in your workplace.
I don't think that this dude's going to be getting another booking in his life.
Man, I have
Unless it's from shitty promoters like Dylan Hines.
Yeah, I have no respect for woman beaters, so I don't. And if that's the case, man, yeah, now fuck him. Fuck him. He doesn't deserve it. But again, it's unfortunate that it all falls on Bulk Bronson, because he's a solid dude. We've met him. We've hung out with him for a little bit, him and his wife. Know me. They're really, really solid people, and, because he's typically a tag team specialist, even though he's been doing some singles runs on, like, the indies and I think even ROH or some shit, he's got to kind of rethink his whole career now, because, he was mostly in a tag team. So going into a singles run, it's a lot harder,
And that's the thing, too. It's very scary as well for somebody that's in a tag team, because a lot of the times when teams do split up, they do get lost in the shuffle a lot of the times, and I do hope like it all does work out for Bronson, because like Ben said, we have had multiple like occasions like where like we've gotten to talk to him and Nomi, his wife, and they're just such genuine people, and they're like so it really does break my heart that like what Bronson right now is probably going through, because like he was on the road, he was teaming with this guy for years. And I do have it right here, his official statement, which I'll read real quick for you guys here. Hey guys, this is one of the hardest weeks of my life. I'm heartbroken at the news about my former tag partner. To say I feel blindsided by the horrific details of the incident is an understatement. This is someone I traveled the world with as a team for 8 years, full of matches and memories. I held close to me, someone I trusted around my family. He was a groomsman at my wedding this past October with his fiancée. The arrest report provided by the police has made me sick, depressed, and angry. Just absolutely heartbreaking, man.
Because you don't think about, the toll that your actions have on somebody else that's close to you. And also, again, it affects their career entirely. But, in spite of that, things happen, regardless of, what change you're going through on behalf of somebody else's actions. It's up to you to take control. And honestly, I think he would be phenomenal in TNA, and I could see him, and I obviously don't want him to be the next person, but I could see him being as successful as Rhino.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely. He has a lot of
put him in TNA.
Like if you do watch a lot of his work, guys, like the independents with like Create a Pro, Beyond, Blitzkrieg, he does show a lot of signs of like a young Rhino, so I could definitely see something like that. But I will say this, like Boulder, absolute piece of shit. I hope that he does get canceled in the IWC. I hope that this dude never gets another dollar from professional wrestling, because friggin' no man should ever fucking put their hands on a woman. That I stand for. And like it just breaks my heart. Like my heart does go out to the victim, obviously, and even Bronson, because he was very close, and you can tell like how heartbroken he is. And even though Bronson didn't know any of this was happening until, obviously, the mugshot came out, there's still fucking retarded people out there that are going to say, oh, what?
I mean, maybe we probably shouldn't use that term.
Okay, but there's going to be stupid people in the IWC that are going to say, oh, like, he's his tag partner. He knew, like, this was happening or that.
Yeah.
And, like it's also going to affect his career, too, in a sense.
It's dumb as fuck.
And it shouldn't. Because he had nothing to do with it. So, like, we just want to, like, we do want to, like, just spread awareness, like, no man should ever be putting their hands on a woman, and if you, like, have seen something like that, obviously, contact, like, the higher-ups.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like, and again, you know, it just being blindsided by that somebody that you called brother at one point, you know, and now it's like, when something like this emerges, did you really ever know this person and what they were capable of, you know? And it's heartbreaking, you know, and I want to send all the best thoughts out to Bronson, his family, anybody that's involved with the situation. Boulder's fiance, you know, like, I hope she recovers from whatever she went through and gets help, you know, whether it's emotional support, you know, physical support, you know. I don't know what the details of any injuries that may have been sustained in the incident may have occurred, but regardless, I hope for nothing but healing for all parties involved, except for that fucking asshole Boulder. Like, dude, rot. Rot.
Yep, rot. I agree. Absolutely. Fucking low-life piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Don't wish anything upon you. Rot in hell.
Fuck that, dude.
Moving on. Now, back to some wrestling news here. Ooh, we got some WWE title WrestleMania 41 news. According to the Wrestling Observer, John Cena winning in the Elimination Chamber was the plan since probably October or November. But plans might be changing because, according to WrestleVotes, some people within WWE reportedly want CM Punk to be added to the planned Cody Rhodes versus John Cena match at WrestleMania. I don't know if it's been discussed in an official capacity, but I do know there are people there that would rather that match than Roman versus Punk versus Rollins.
Well, yeah.
If that matters at all, I don't know, but I do know that there are some people who would prefer that. So, Ben, I gotta ask you, what route do you believe WWE should go? Should CM Punk go against Rollins and Reigns in a triple threat, or John Cena and Cody Rhodes for the WWE title?
I just want CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. I don't want John Cena any part of the match at all. I want him to have his own story at WrestleMania, you know, and I don't think he needs another title win. Like, that's my hot take. I'm on that side of the fence. I don't think he needs another main event. I don't think he needs it. I honestly think that his press conference announcement that he's going into the Elimination Chamber was a heel-ass fucking move. That was some heel shit, and that's why I'm saying I think they're going on a more surprising route. I'm telling you this right now. I'm going to put my eggs in it. I think Cena's going heel.
Ooh.
So I'm just saying that right now in all situations, I think Cena's going heel because that is the only thing he has not provided since 2004.
You see, I could see the triple threat match happening.
Me with a heel thing and John Cena putting his power in movement and putting himself in the triple threat. I want that to happen.
Ooh.
Not CM Punk putting himself. I want John Cena to put himself and be the heel of the whole fucking thing.
Super Cena. Man, all the news that happened in, like, the PG era of WWE, like, we want that backstage.
James,
John
you want to know
Cena.
who's going to boo John Cena? You want to know who's going to boo John Cena? Everybody that John Cena makes fucking boo him because he can control a crowd.
I don't see him turning heel. I don't see
Hey,
it.
man. Whatever, that's my hot take because that was some heel ass shit. Just putting yourself in the chamber and then just saying that it's best for business for you to main event it. That's some Rock bullshit.
then
That's
again,
that is some final boss energy, and
I was just gonna say, dude. But then again, the Triple H era, they don't give a fuck what happened in your past, dude. And The Rock, he had one of the best runs when he revived his career as the final boss. So John Cena could go on that NWO like heel run, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my, that would be something none of us would expect.
He could fucking hit us with a heel turn, give us the most unpredictable scenario, and then at the final thing, he could turn face again. At the final bout, he could, because it's John Cena, bro. There's a way he could do it.
Well, if he is going to turn heel, I will say I do want an interaction with him and Karrion Kross. Because Karrion Kross, that would really push Karrion Kross. Like, for Karrion to get in John Cena's head and John Cena turns heel.
If there's an opportunity that they could work that out cinematically, absolutely. I would welcome the experience because he has not faced a lot of these new talent yet, and there's so many people to dig their teeth into. So honestly, yeah, man, give me whatever, but turn him heel.
But I also like him chasing the championship too.
Fuck that,
because
dude.
he has been built. Well, he has been building up like that. He hasn't won a match since 2018.
He chased the championship for 20 fucking years.
Okay,
dog.
but this one matters because this is the record. He could break Ric Flair's record.
He said the last 16 fucking mattered.
Okay, but he can beat Ric Flair's record.
No. At this point, it's like, dude, I hate the whole finish the story movements, bro. Like, Cody's was enough. I don't need
Triple H likes it,
story
okay?
movement. No, but fuck Flair's record, dude. No. Give me somebody fucking beating The Undertaker's record, and then I'll be proud. Because that's something that hasn't been done yet.
What's The Undertaker's record?
23-1, maybe, or 22-1?
No, he lost a couple WrestleManias.
No, well, he lost like what, 2?
I think he lost to Roman Reigns, and then
he did,
lost
and it was
to
awful.
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, so 23-2,
I think so.
or 24-2, because his last match was against AJ at 36.
Yeah, if there's anybody in the live chat that has Undertaker's WrestleMania record, please put it down in the chat. We'll give you a shout out. But when it comes to like the triple threat, I don't know, because Cody versus John just feels like a big match itself that I feel like it doesn't really need CM Punk. So like, I don't know like where I stand. Like, it's kind of tough because I could see why some people are upset with Jey Uso winning the Rumble, even though he deserves it.
Oh, Dan said 25-2 was his record. Sorry.
Okay. But yeah, no, with like with John Cena, or like with Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble, I will say like, it does kind of put a wrench in some of the storylines in Mania, because now CM Punk kind of feels like they don't know what to do with him because of it. Because I know there's rumors prior, like back in the fall, with Gunther and CM Punk working together and doing something there. But I know why they did it with Jay, but like, it does kind of throw a wrench in there. If I had to pick which triple threat I would want Punk in, I think I would rather just have him stick with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, because I feel like that John Cena and Cody Rhodes match is like monumental. Like, this is like our generation's Hulk Hogan versus Rock, or Cena versus Rock. Cena versus Rhodes is like one of those like once in a lifetime matches, I feel like. So to like have it a triple threat, I don't know. Not a fan of that.
I don't know.
But I want Punk to main event WrestleMania though too.
Yeah, but well, that's another a completely different topic.
It is, yeah, I know. But yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens there. But let us know like who you guys have. Like, would you rather CM Punk go against Rollins and Reigns, or have him go for the WWE title? So now, with that being said, let's get into the We Are Wrestling Getting Put Over segment, where every week, Ben, Danny, and myself, we alternate and we pick one past, present, or future professional wrestler, and we put them over. And last week, this was Danny's choice, and we didn't get to it because it was a very long episode. So this week, we're going to be putting over Danny's pick, which was Solo Sikoa in our Getting Put Over, which Solo Sikoa doesn't really have a lot of accolades. I think his only accolade is being a one-time NXT North American champion.
Wait a minute. Didn't we already put over Solo Sikoa?
We did not, and here's why I know we didn't.
I could have sworn to God I did.
Nope, we were supposed to, but we never did, because here's the thing.
That's right, we switched last second.
Yep, so here's the thing, Ben, and I'm going to share this with the Maniacs here in the live chat real quick, before we get into putting over Solo. The last 3 weeks, I have been going back into the archives, going through all the old episodes of the podcast, and I have a list of all the people that we've put over.
Okay, so Solo we didn't end up putting over. We ended up switching
didn't.
it last second. Got you.
And I'm surprised that you and Danny did not see that message in the chat, because even Danny was like, "Where is it?" Because I sent you guys an email of the list.
I have
of
it.
Everybody.
Yeah, I have
Okay,
it. I forgot to refer to it.
Yeah, so I did do a lot of homework there. I got
Okay.
some extra credit, I hope. But yeah, Solo Sikoa, we have not put him over just yet, but he is a one-time NXT North American champion. So the way that we do this, guys, in our getting put over here, just so you guys know what's going on, we pretty much are going to ask you guys 5 or 6 simple questions here. Your favorite title run, favorite match, favorite segment, favorite year, favorite rivalry, and one what if. So if you guys want to go along with this, we're going to give our thoughts on each one of these topics, and then we'll hear from you guys. So here we go. We're going to start off with our favorite title run, which there's only one title he's won, and that is the North American Championship. So that's
Yes,
obvious. Which I felt like they could have done so much more with him during this time with the title.
Hell yeah.
But then we do have our favorite match. So Ben, what's your favorite match of Solos?
Him versus Cody Rhodes, SummerSlam. This past SummerSlam at 24 when not 20, yeah, 24 when Roman Reigns came back, just because, oh my God, not only was it a really good match, it was really high stakes. We knew that Roman was coming back, but what sold it for me was his fucking absolute crybaby bitch ass meltdown outside the ring.
Oh yeah, when Roman showed up,
because that was the hardest energy I have ever seen Solo give. Period. Was just that fucking scream of just pure hatred in that moment. It was so good.
I'm laughing at this comment from Angelo. I'm gonna be real, no Solo Sikoa matches got me that hyped.
Yeah.
It is kind of tough because he's more of a storytelling guy
It's
than
tough.
a wrestler.
Look how broken his
Danny's
fucking
pick-
nose is. Holy shit, dude. I never realized how off-centered his nose is. Like somebody punched his ass and it never got reset. Oh God. Oh God.
Ben,
dude,
we're not
this
here
shit's
to put over his Squidward broken nose. We're here to,
Bro.
to put over.
Oh no, and the shape of his nose up to his bridge looks like a dick.
All right, now we're going to Danny's answer. His was Crown Jewel, Solo versus John Cena.
No.
I don't know. I was not a fan of this match at all.
Oh,
I
no,
don't
me
know.
neither. Me neither.
But yeah, my match was the one on Monday Night Raw, premiere Netflix, him versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
I just thought the crowd was hyped. I thought it was a fun match, except the commercials. That
Shit
did piss
was
me off.
bussin'.
But getting into our next thing here, favorite segment. So Ben, what's your favorite segment of Solos?
It was a house show. It was a quick segment, and it was with Sami Zayn, and it was, I think, in like the 2022 era, where Sami Zayn made Solo Sikoa break character, calling him my dog. That's my dog. This guy, he's my dog. Fucking Solo crying. And what was so great about it, it was one of the first publicized like leaks of him actually breaking character. That was like one of the first moments he actually broke character, and it was like
yeah,
right
and then
before
they
Survivor
didn't they make
Series.
like a limited edition T-shirt on WWE Shop.
They did.
Like,
Oh,
that's my dog.
That's my dog. He started.
I did not
fucking
remember
crying.
this until you mentioned it in the chat.
That has to be my favorite segment, just because like they were still booking him as like basically the next Samoan Bulldozer, so he was like in serious mode. This dude was fucking hysterical, and I was crying, bro.
I love that he just like has the towel and he's covering his face.
Because he's trying to get his fucking shit straight, bro. He can't. There is one of two things. There's one of two directions, rather, that it's going to go down if Sami Zayn comes out with you and has a microphone in his hand. It's either shit's going to get real, or shit's going to get real fucking funny. So it is a fucking loose cannon, especially at a live show where they're able to break character more and to be able to like interact with fans more. You're fucked. You're fucked if he has a microphone and you're coming out with him. So it was
yeah,
funny.
dude.
It was
He
great.
was able to break every member of the bloodline. That's so
fuck
impressive.
yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. He
All
wasn't
right,
feeling
so now,
oopsie.
guys, we got Danny's answer here. His favorite segment was the one where Solo Sikoa and the New Bloodline took
This
out Paul Heyman.
is an awful angle.
You're not my tribal chief.
Bro, it looked like fucking Jacob giving him some dome, bro.
Oh my god, man. Why are you putting over his dick-shaped nose?
No, it looks like fucking Jacob Fatu is giving Paul Heyman some dome, bro.
Oh my god.
Straight up look like...
Yeah, we're getting age restricted. Fuck. All right, my favorite segment.
That looks even worse.
Oh my god. Was this one right here.
This
was
makes
my
it even
favorite
worse.
segment. I just really enjoyed like the Paul Heyman like build up with the new bloodline.
Oh god.
But now let's
awful.
get into our favorite year of Solo Sikoa's.
24, obviously. 24 has been a great year because he's been really able to spread his wings and fly and be more himself, take charge, be a little bit more front of the camera rather than, in an enforcer role. Was it great? Was it, graceful? No. But it really built him. He was able to really get clean on the mic. He got a lot more comfortable with his performance. He really evolutionized himself in this entire 2024 run. So, yeah, dude, 24 all day.
Yeah, I think that like he's really found his confidence now on the main roster. I think like this new bloodline thing has been fantastic for him. He's finally starting to pick up more wins. Just unfortunately, they're having him lose to Cody every freaking time when it matters. But I think they made him look great with him and Roman, which was good.
Mm-hmm.
But with Solo, like, man, like 2024 obviously was like the best year for him because like he really came out of his shell, and like I don't know how he's going to be able to top that. But getting into now our favorite rivalry of Solo Sikoa's.
Favorite rivalry? Definitely Roman Reigns. It's just that really built and elevated his character, and going against Roman nowadays is not like going against Roman in 2015, bro. Like, you're going to get cooked. At this point, you're going to get cooked, and it's a very brave thing to do. Mind you, he has the handicap that's his family member, that's cousins, it's nothing but love, but it is hard to go out there and get humiliated by Roman nowadays. So it's, it was great, and everything that came in between, wanting to fucking take charge of the bloodline, putting this whole civil war between the bloodline, it gave us more exciting moments in that rivalry, and we'd been expecting it for a long time. Roman's return to SummerSlam just elevated things even more, so it got us watching, repetitively, and it gave us great conversation over the, the last few months, so I got to give it to him and Roman.
Danny and I, we also agreed on that. Like, Roman Reigns, definitely his best rivalry, and honestly, James, all day, you're right. That's his only big rivalry.
But we're getting there, man. We're getting there.
Oh, yeah. And I think Fatu is going to be even bigger. But now let's get into our biggest what if.
Thanks for dragging the nice segue into it, because it's him and Fatu, which is already scheduled, and I'm assuming for Mania. So I think that him and Fatu are finally going to coincide and collide after everything gets set in motion post-Elimination Chamber, because at that point we only have a month to build this up, and it's going to be an exciting month, man. So I'm going to go with Jacob Fatu.
Absolutely. And I know Danny, he didn't give me a what if because he doesn't like the fantasy book. He's lame. But my favorite, my biggest what if here with Solo, I actually have like a whole thing here, a little presentation, which I did take a lot of time in. Try to get some extra credit here for the getting put over this week. So here's my biggest what if for Solo. What if Solo Sikoa beat Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship? And here's how I would have booked Solo as champion. I would start off with the Bloodline having all the gold. I would have Tama and Tonga hold the tag team titles. I would have Fatu eventually win the United States title. Kind of similar to like Evolution in like 2003 to like 2005. Them having like all the gold on the Raw brand. That's what I would have done. And then, of course, like you would have Roman Reigns trying to get his championship back, but he can't get through the Bloodline.
James, that's you to Lulu.
So then eventually, I would have it Bad Blood, Hell in the Cell, or Steel Cage match, Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns, because that's the series of matches I would want on the PLE.
Hey, man.
I would want Roman to go through Fatu, but I wouldn't want Fatu to lose right away. I would have him win a couple of the matches. Like, I would have like a 3-series match.
Can I just talk about how like kind of sad I am that Jacob Fatu and even this picture, mind you, by the way, props for the fucking the graphic here. It's pretty solid. I'm almost kind of sad that dude Jacob was in the shape of his life when he first debuted, and he's definitely gotten a little bit kind of indie chunky again. Like he's gotten a little indie chunky again. You can see it in his face, dog. That's all it takes. You can see it in his face, dog. It's just he got in the shape of his life for WWE, man. So it's like it's almost sad for me, but
he's been working with injuries too.
Oh, I know he's been working with injuries, dude, and he's been killing it. I'm not taking away from his ability. It's just it is unfortunate. But regardless, dude, I don't know how I feel about this chain of events.
All right. So now we get into Roman and Fatu. Once again, like they're going on like a long feud here between the two. And I would have it end at Royal Rumble, where Roman finally gets to beat him. And then I would have Roman Reigns win the Royal Rumble.
Fuck no.
And then he goes on to WrestleMania. And he goes against Solo Sikoa, and he beats him for the championship. That is my what if. What if Solo won the championship? I think that would have been a great way to make him into a main event star. I think that, like, he's already getting, like, the heat because of the feud with Roman, the fuck you Solo chants. So, like, I think that people will just get fed up with it. But it would make people want Roman Reigns to get the title back.
Yeah, no more.
I don't know. I'm just thinking. What this is a what if. Like obviously, like I don't want Solo to win the title.
So this is like if you were booking it.
If I was booking it, like what would be best for Solo's career? That's kind of what I'm
booking
going into.
Solo. Got you. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Understandable.
That's pretty much like the whole purpose of that. But this week for the Getting Put Over segment, guys. That's right. Danny got the pick, and we had to put over Solo Sikoa, who I feel like still has a lot to do. I don't know why we put him over, but it was Danny's choice. Ben, next week is your turn. Any idea?
Really? Oh, shit. I didn't know if it was my turn.
Always got to throw you on the spot.
Bro, honestly.
Except this time around, you do have a live chat here that you can chat with.
Yeah, that's how I got the last one. Honestly, I'm gonna go out of the norm for the most part. I'm gonna say let's put over motherfucker. Every time I feel like I have it, I lose it. Let's put over fucking son of a bitch. Why is it blanking? Because it's a chick. Let's do Jade Cargill. Just kidding.
I was about to fucking say I will sit out that freaking Getting Put Over.
No, I'm not putting over Jimmy Uso. He hasn't proven shit to me yet. Let's do LA Knight if we haven't already.
Let me just double check our list here, and we never put him over, so we can talk about
over LA Knight because we talk about we can talk about Eli Drake. All right, let's do it. Let's do LA Knight.
All right, so next week, guys, for the Getting Put Over, we are going to be putting over LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually really like that one.
Hell yeah, especially since it's a hot topic too, since he's in like a little bit of a tight nudge with Drew McIntyre. Figure why not?
All right, I like that. So, guys, with that being said, now let's get into our We Are Wrestling podcast main event topic. And everybody is talking about this segment that happened 24 hours ago on NXT, and that is the debut of Absolute Ricky Starks showing up in the NXT crowd last night. What's your thoughts on it?
Tony Pecan punching fucking absolute air. Like, that is what I think is happening. Dude, Aura. Again, he walked into NXT and people were fucking erupting and chanting his name, and he hasn't even fucking said his name yet. Like, there's no name change coming. I do not think that there's going to be a name change coming. I think he's going to be going as Absolute Ricky Starks because that's how he built himself.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, where did that fucking
all ego Ethan Page too. So, like, dude, they're allowing these people to come in with their monikers, and they're going to be able to keep their monikers. He's going to be able to come into WWE with it and leave WWE with it. I think that this is huge. This is something that people have been anticipating since last year's WrestleMania, or this year's WrestleMania, was that he was going to, last year when Cody won the title. They have been anticipating this for a long fucking time, and Tony has had him in the good old safe for a little bit, just letting him collect shit and, just kind of go around and, kind of do his thing. And at first he wasn't even letting him do that shit. He was being petty as fuck. I will 100% say that, dude, we're in for a ride. We're in for a fucking ride, man. Ricky Starks is a breath of fresh air into the NXT universe that might make me want to start watching it. So it's like, dude, there's certain things that are in motion right now, and Ricky Starks has been on my radar for a long time. So I'm really, really excited for his future, and he's finally here.
I remember, Ben, when I had you react to that segment with MJF, and that's when you fell in love with Ricky Starks. I remember that.
Absolutely.
Might have to throw that clip up on the channel like sometime this week.
We'll put a
especially
throwback.
With, like the news.
We'll
Nice
do a
little
throwback Thursday. Yeah, there we
Hey!
go. There we go. A little throwback Thursday. We'll put some of the best quotes in some shorts.
I like that.
Fuck
But
it,
I
let's
will
do it.
say, dude, with Ricky Starks showing up, man, like it was only a matter of time. He has the aura. He has it. And I think that he's a perfect fit with WWE, in my opinion. Way back Wednesday. That also works too. But I will say, though, like, overall, Ricky Starks showing up in NXT, really cool surprise because
Big dub.
definitely caught me off guard because I know he does have
We
quite
weren't
some
expecting
dates
that
still
shit that soon.
booked. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, this
We were
was some
expecting it this
Scott
soon.
Hall shit. Like, when he, like, his contract expired and then Scott Hall just randomly shows up in the crowd at WCW. Like, it just has that same time.
I think he mentioned the fact that he's the hottest free agent right now, and he's going to keep his free agency until he's done with his dates, and then he's going to sign a contract. I think that's what WWE is going to allow him to do.
You're on to something.
I think that he's going to sign his contract after his dates, and that's part of his contract that he may have signed. So if he signed a contract, that's in the clause, and they're allowing it to happen because he made these commitments, and Tony fucked him, and I think Triple H is like, all right, he fucked you, finish those dates, but you're still on board. Like, Triple H is open to the indies now, bro. And this is that we are in a world that is run very differently now, dude. Triple H is running the ship now. He will allow indie shit because he knows that indie is the future, and that is how you find the next star. So yeah, he's gonna allow it.
Yeah, dude.
So we could still be seeing him in Danbury, Connecticut, if we decide to go, Donnie.
Oh, we're 1,000% going if Ricky Starks is there. 1,000% we're going, dude. If
Hell
that happens.
fucking yeah, dude.
But
Hell
man, like it
fucking yeah.
definitely caught me off guard. Like I'm very happy for Ricky. He's
I
somebody.
want Ricky
who...
Starks to be on Survivor, just like John Hennigan.
Oh my god. But I will say this, like, dude, I am like generally so happy for Ricky Starks because like I followed his career going all the way back to like the independents. And the dude was like really living below his means to make this a dream of his. And like he just never got that big break, that big opportunity until AEW showed up. And man, like he really made the best of the situation over there. But then your boy, Adam Copeland, had to freaking bury him, and then we never saw him again after that.
Fucking yeah, unfortunately. I hate that he was the receiving end of that.
But I will say this, I'm very happy for Starks. I think that he is going to be a big star. I think that he is somebody that like should stay in NXT for maybe a solid year, only because like I don't want him to get thrown right away into like the pack of wolves without creative, without a plan.
No,
And
I think they're
NXT,
in Orlando, Dan.
But here's the thing, at AEW, we've gotten teases to where like Ricky was going to be a world champion. So like I want to see him actually do it in NXT. And I think that that's the perfect place to like really like kind of build like his stock up. Because AEW, he wasn't able to win the big one. So have him run NXT, build NXT around him. And then I think right there we'll figure out like a direction for him on the main roster.
I can get behind that.
But let's see what some of the Maniacs said here about Ricky Starks showing up on NXT. Let's see. We have Dan here. Random question. Does NXT travel to different cities like Raw and
just
SmackDown?
Orlando.
Yep, only Orlando. But I think for like the PLEs and stuff, they do travel a little bit. Ricky needs to win a world title now, and I think that he will be Oba. I don't know when. I could see that happening. But I do think like they have to build the company around him as a main event guy over in NXT. That's the only way like I'm going to see it work with the main roster. Like he needs time.
Yeah.
But yep, they film Orlando. I want to see Ricky win
the North American.
North American title, that could be good too.
Yeah.
But, and him showing up in the crowd felt so real. Yes, it did. And that was, I thought, a really cool moment there. But, yeah, man. Anything else before we close off this week's episode? Because we went overtime, man, today.
Yeah, nah, dude. I think we covered it, and I'm just very excited for this year in pro wrestling because we have so much to go for. 2025 is great in the pro wrestling aspect.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there, let us know in the comment section below your thoughts on all the topics that we talked about this week, including Mercedes Moné Puppet. But just a reminder, this Saturday, if you guys have nothing going on, you can check out Blitzkrieg Pro through the Cool on IWTV. We Are Wrestling. We're going to be sponsoring the Paul London versus Andy Brown match, and we're going to be in attendance for the show. So we'll have a vlog, I'm sure, up on the channel. But also, June 14th, Blue Meanie is coming to Springfield, Mass. We Are Wrestling. We're going to be bringing them. We'll have more information on mail-in orders and all that within the next couple of weeks. But guys, if you enjoyed this week's episode of the podcast, make sure to smash that like button now. Spam in the chat if you're still here. Really helps with the algorithm. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already and you're listening to this podcast on Apple, Google, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, give us a 5-star review, not just any review, a best one review, and download the episode. Give us a follow. But if you're not a Maniac yet already, over on the YouTube channel where you can catch these We Are Wrestling podcasts live every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Recommend you guys to hit that subscribe button now. Turn on the post notifications. Never miss out on a video because we're posting stuff out of nowhere like an RKO. The link's down in the description box below. You can go follow Ben and I over on our social medias and other pages. I have a toy channel where I'm posting content every other day. Ben is over on Twitch with freaking 100 ads. Can't even fucking watch him freaking doing whatever he's fucking doing over there because of a fucking ad.
Sorry.
So if you want to be a part of that, you can go subscribe to his Twitch, Rage Circus. All the links are down in the description box below. But of course, to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, we'll see you guys next week with another banger episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast. Hopefully Danny Huckins shows up to work because, of course, you already know he loves cockroaches and we are taking over. Peace.
Bye.